This is a special presentation of Tiger Sports on Alamo Sports and Talk 1230 and 101.9 FM.
Here to Alamo Sports and Talk 1230, 101.9. Welcome to El Paso and Riverside High School as the Alamogordo Tigers get ready to face off against the Riverside Rangers here on a Friday night. A warm night here in El Paso in the 90s. Sun is trying to make its way down. We'll probably be pretty close to sunset by the time we kick off tonight's matchup. Tigers have made their way back to the locker room. They're going to be in their home white, or I should say away whites, with the black numerals, gold pants tonight. Rangers are going to be in their home oranges with navy blue. And this was a good matchup last year. Riverside came into Alamogordo and beat the Tigers 35-21. They had just a spectacular quarterback and safety in Angel Munoz, who has moved on to play Division I football at New Mexico State University. But certainly this is a group that was more than just one guy, and they've got good size. They've got a fantastic freshman wide receiver in Carlos Rojas III, who has really stepped up to start this season. Their quarterback is very good in Derek Vasquez, and Noah Ramirez, who's not a particularly big running back, but he is a very skilled running back and is certainly going to be a challenge for the Tigers to face tonight. Alamogordo's had a lot of positives here to open up the season. The last 2 weeks, they've gotten wins. They haven't been the prettiest of wins, but they've gone out there and they found a way to make it happen. The defense has forced a lot of turnovers again this year and have really been a thorn in the side of every offense that they've gone up against this season. The offense they showed a lot of promise in the first game of the season. It's been a little hit or miss. I thought they were better against Capital last week. Against Gadsden, it was a tough game. Special teams has improved each game, so we've seen some positives for the Tigers there. I think the key to the game we're going to watch tonight, at least in terms of how Alamogordo's defense plays against the offense of Riverside, is their ability to slow down the pass game and not to have guys running open down the field. And you know, we've seen that. We've seen some blown coverages from the Alamogordo defense this year. We'll hear Coach Cisco talk about that a little bit. And I think Alamogordo's offense becoming a bit more multifaceted. They've been, I feel like, a better running team this year. They are certainly capable of being a both run and pass team. And anytime you can threaten teams in both phases of offense, it makes such a huge, huge difference in your ability to go out there and win a football game. So should be an interesting one tonight. It is a beautiful night, and once the sun goes down, it should cool down wonderfully, and we should be ready for a good one. Beautiful facility here at Riverside High School in El Paso. The field in great condition. It is field turf down here. Stadium is wonderful, and we are looking out the press box towards the west. Unfortunately, we're looking right into the setting sun at the moment, but it should be making its way down here before too long. But they have set up the inflatable over here on the north end zone side, where the scoreboard side is at to our right with the Riverside Rangers. I don't believe Alamogordo's brought theirs. Alamogordo, I think, has brought their, is that the Alamo cheer team, or is that, yeah, I think so. I think the Alamogordo cheerleaders have made the trip down here for tonight's game as well. So that's always a fun thing to have the cheerleaders here in-house as well. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, right here on the Otero Federal Credit Union pregame show, we are going to hear from Alamogordo Tigers head football coach A.J. Cisco. So stick around with us. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 101.9, and we'll be back with more pregame kickoff coming up in about 15 minutes.
When someone thinks they have a better idea, like a new way to make it or a new place to take it, they start their own business. Every small business has not-so-small ambitions. We can help you with about every financial service you'll need, like e-statements to save your filing space, mobile banking from your smartphone, lines of credit for expansion, and online account access. To us, there's nothing small about small business. First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
Tula Rosa Communication is now offering the smart Wi-Fi with built-in network security and enhanced parental controls. Do you have kids at home that you want to protect from overexposure on the internet? Block content, set internet time limits, or app and website restrictions for each family member in the house. Get notified when you have a network intrusion and reroute bandwidth to devices that matter the most, all from an app on your phone. Take control of your internet with Tularosa Communications. Visit tularosa.net or call 585-2700 for more information.
It's never too early to win. Letter jackets for Christmas.
The Winter Circle offers a variety of letter jackets in traditional styles for your students in Alamogordo, Cloudcroft, Tularosa, and Mescalero. Stop by today and help make your high schoolers' last years memorable. Lay away your letter jacket now. The Winter Circle, outfitting champions for over 50 years.
1201 East 10th Street. Open Monday through Friday. Go Tigers! See you at the games!
In business and in life, it's good to have a partner and a friend. The credit union partners with our members to build a stronger financial future. Your debit card and online banking keeps you in control of your finances. We belong to you, so you stay in control. Loco Credit Union, we belong to you. Online at lococreditunion.com. We're federally insured by NCUA. We're an equal housing lender.
If your home is in need of some stucco work, either the whole house or some patch and paint work, Ochoa Stucco has the expertise to get the job done and done right. Contact them today at 575-442-6745 for your estimate. Go Tigers!
Big O Tires has the best deals on tires, brakes, oil changes, and more. Now through October 1st, get $50 to $100 instant savings on 4 select in-stock Next International tires. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Welcome back here to Riverside High School in El Paso. You're listening to the Otero Federal Credit Union pregame show, and we are about 15 minutes away from tonight's kickoff. And the Riverside band and I don't know if it's their cheerleaders or their cheerleaders and I believe their dance team that's out there as well. Getting ready to welcome the Riverside Rangers onto the field. Tigers have still not come back out from the locker room, but in that locker room is Alamogordo Tigers head football coach A.J. Cisco, and let's hear what he had to say about last week's win over Capital and tonight's matchup against Riverside.
We're talking with Alamogordo Tigers head football coach A.J. Cisco. Coming off another win, you guys aren't exactly winning pretty, but it doesn't really matter because you're getting the win, right?
No, wins are wins, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd like them to be a little bit prettier and more clean, but and cleaner. But we dang sure did what we were supposed to do to get a win. It just wasn't the way we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, and we talked about it previous to the game. I mean, it was a tough road trip Thursday night, and everything about it was challenging. To try to make sure you guys were in the right mindset to go out there and play.
Yeah, it was awkward. It's a long trip. I mean, it took us about 4 hours to get there, and then you go up there, and it just was a Thursday night game, and we better get used to it. But hopefully, our environment here when we have Carlsbad here is a little different to the environment that Capital had. But at 7 o'clock, we still played football, and we had to do what we were supposed to do, and we made enough plays to win the game. We've got to be able to score touchdowns instead of kick field goals in the red zone. And that's killed us. I mean, we could have made that game, took control of it way early and ended it, but we just kept finding ways to screw it up in the red zone.
Well, some really good things defensively. I mean, one guy especially I want to call it is Devontae Bosterman. I mean, what a great game he had between the interception, between the sack and the end zone. We talked about the linebacking core being so different this year, but between him and Noel and Pittman, I mean that group has really come along this season.
No, they have, in the growth of it. And I told you that we're not nearly as big or as strong in that linebacker core, but we're really athletic. And Bosterman and Garza have done a great job. Mason's played well all 4 weeks, and that's something that we expected from him because he's a returning starter. But Garza and Bosterman have done a great job playing inside, and that was the huge question mark we had coming into this year was how we're going to play Stovall Mayberry. And Noel and Devontae have done a great job in that and played hard, and Devontae probably should have scored on that interception. But, I mean, they make plays when we needed to, and you go back to the Gadsden week, Garza made a play on 4th and 1 to give us the ball and let us pop a play to win a game. So I have tons of respect for those guys, tons of confidence in those two, and even Dylan, our outside linebacker. And then our guys up front have done a great job. There's a good rotation with those 4 or 5 guys that are playing in the box down on the D-line. And so we're excited about that. And I mean, it's just, you see our improvement defensively throughout these 4 or 5 games and trying to hit that peak when we get to Carlsbad.
Well, let's talk about the Riverside team, a group that doesn't have a dynamic player like they did last year, but they still have a very solid team this year.
They have tons of skill. Yeah. I mean, tons of skill and speed. They're so well coached. They're so multiple in what they do offensively and formations and stuff they're going to throw at you. The quarterback's really good. They do a good job, and that's a quality program in El Paso that's going to give people fits and make a run in the playoffs. And so we got our hands full, and even defensively, I mean, because it's Texas and they can't dress out everybody, they do got guys that play both ways. And so you'll see the running back lining up playing outside linebacker. You'll see the receivers playing DB. But they're very talented kids, and they're extremely well coached over there with Coach Ricoder.
And their running back is not particularly big in stature, but he is one of those kind of bowling ball kind of guys that's going to be able to cause you problems.
Yeah, he looks just like the kid from Silver.
Yeah,
but they're quicker than heck, man. They got speed everywhere. They got 2 giant guards that are very physical. They're very physical up front. And you think about a spread team, and that's what they try to do is they want to get in the spread, but they're going to run the football at you. And they do a good job up front. They move well. It is a well-coached team that's going to be a problem for a lot of people down the road in El Paso and in the playoffs in Texas.
And this is at least a scheme in terms of the spread and running the football that you guys have seen already this year. Is it going to be a little bit different than what you guys have seen?
It's stuff we've seen. I mean, they have some wrinkles and stuff that we haven't seen, but we'll eventually see it again down the road as well with Centennial or Hobbs or Cruces even. But they do a good job. And so defensively, it's just same front we've seen the last couple of weeks. They try to keep everything in front in the secondary. Very similar to us. Don't stun a lot. They got 2 defensive tackles that are very good with their hands, getting off blocks. Our offensive line has to play really well. And then we got to be able to throw the ball, and we got to take shots. And that's something that when we take shots, we haven't had success. Either we're getting it off, or we're too cautious about getting it off, or we don't pass pro very well. I mean, we've got to be able to take shots and threaten people vertically. So that's something that we're going to focus on this week.
And I feel like overall, I mean, for the big thing for you guys is it seems like over the first 4 weeks of the season is not beating yourself, not doing things that cause you problems. But more than anything else, that seems to have been, I know you've managed to win those games when you've made some mistakes here and there, but trying to avoid those more than anything else seems to be the big key for you guys.
Yeah, and we focus on ourselves a lot. Like, you don't hear us talk about other teams very much. We focus on ourselves a ton in our preparation each week. And that's something that this group's been pretty resilient about is we've had mistakes. And you go back to last week when they hit a big play, and the games, we're in complete control of that football game against Capital, and they hit a big play and they score on 3rd or 4th down. And then we fumble a kickoff and they score on the next play, and now it's 21-14. Our kids kept their composure and they just kept playing. And that's something that with groups in the past and teenagers, sometimes you let that spiral into a big snowball and you have a huge snowball effect. And our kids have done that this year. We've had some things go bad and we just keep plugging along and playing. And that's a credit to them and credit to our staff. There's no panic in our kids, and we just keep fighting. We just got to make sure we take care of ourselves and take care of the football, what every coach says. But every day we come into work, we're going to focus on making sure we're better. And when we leave that day, this football team's better than it was when we walked in the door.
When life happens, OFCU has a loan for that. Appliances, furniture, medical, repairs, vacations, consolidations, and more. OFCU's personal loans are as low as 9.99% APR. Apply online at oterofcu.org or in person today. All loans are subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Now you have a choice when it comes to keeping massive files of your bank statements every month. With an online e-statement, you'll have an accurate, easy-to-read electronic statement you can access anywhere, anytime. Get more control over your cash flow. And no more giant filing cabinets. Our e-statements get an A+. First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
Slow internet again? Signal constantly dropping? Don't take it out on your computer. Instead, call Tularosa Communications for internet stress relief. They have the speed and the reliability to make your internet dreams come true. If you want fast, they have faster. If you want service you can rely on, they are the most reliable. And customer service? It's all about you. Call Tularosa Communications to get connected. 585-2700.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle,
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Welcome back here to Riverside High School in El Paso. The national anthem performed by one of the choir members here at Riverside High School. She performed it wonderfully. Also had the colors presented by the junior ROTC group that they have here at Riverside as well. And both teams, or rather Alamo is now walking onto the field over towards the south side of the field. A football field with a track around it here. And very good crowd that has shown up. I had been sitting and didn't stand up until we had got ready for the national anthem, and noticed how nicely the crowd had filled in here. So Alamo, of course, made sure pretty much everybody is sitting on the home side. I don't see anybody sitting over on the away side. So both the Riverside and the Alamogordo fans are sitting here on the east side of the stadium, looking towards the west. Tigers again are dressed in their road white uniforms with black numerals and gold outlining, and gold pants, black helmets with the Tiger logo on one side, and Officer Ferguson's number 134, I believe, is on the other side of their helmets this season. So they're getting ready to take the field here on the far side, and the Alamogordo Tiger cheerleaders are setting the tunnel for them. The captain's meeting is going on right now at midfield, so we're holding off on that to finish up. We'll decide who gets to receive, who gets to kick here to open up tonight's game. So still waiting on the I'm sure the instructions are going on with the head official at the moment, and it looks like he's getting ready to flip the coin. Alamogordo's got the call. Coin is flipped, and it looks like Riverside has won the toss, and we'll see what decision they make. If they defer, if they want to receive, if they want to kick. And it looks like Alamogordo is pointing towards the south end zone. So it would appear Riverside is going to take the ball first. Yes, so they will receive, and Alamogordo will defend actually the north end zone here in the first quarter of this matchup. Riverside in white pants tonight, orange jerseys with navy blue numerals, and orange helmets for the Rangers. It is always the pomp and circumstance surrounding high school football in Texas is something special. I feel like New Mexico, we do it well, but we all know that it's something completely different here in this part of the world, in Texas, and the fan base and everybody excited to get this one underway. Tigers have got looks like the New Mexico flag and the American flag to come onto the field, and so the Alamogordo Tigers running onto the field with the cheerleaders leading the way, and we'll wait for Riverside, who's got a little bit of smoke on their entrance as well. That's, I don't know if I've actually seen that before, but Riverside takes the field with a bunch of flags spelling out Rangers, and then the final flag with a logo. Their logo is the state of Texas with an R, a star with an R in the middle of it. So it looks like we're about ready to get this one underway. The Tigers coming in at 3-1, the Rangers at 2-1. The Rangers only lost to Isleta by a point. They've beaten El Paso Jefferson and El Paso Burgess in their other two victories. Beat Jefferson 28-0 last week. It was a shootout with Burgess, 52-45. Alamogordo, of course, season opening win, a thriller against Silver. They lost at Los Lunas in week 2 in that lightning shortened game. They then proceeded to win the hard-fought homecoming game against Gadsden, 7-0. And then last week on a Thursday night, they made their way up to Santa Fe to take on Capital and held on for that win. 21-14 was the final score in that matchup. So the Tigers looking to come down here and would love to go into their bye week with a 4-1 record. They were in this same position last year. They were 3-1 last season as well, and pretty much the same deal. They opened up with a win against Valencia. They lost to Los Lunas. They beat Gadsden. They beat Capital, and then lost a competitive game against Riverside last season. So Riverside's got some good size up front. Just in watching in the pregame, Alamogordo, I feel like, has handled size okay this season. So they've done a pretty good job with that as the year has gone on. But we'll see how they manage it tonight. And Aiden Vasquez getting ready to kick this one off. You've been listening to the Otero Federal Credit Union pregame show. They'll be back to sponsor the halftime and postgame as we get going. On the Richardson Motor scoreboard, I think it should be 12-minute quarters, right? We got a penalty flag already on the kickoff. I'm guessing Alamogordo was offside on it. And Alamogordo is going to knock down the defender, or the runner, and then we got a penalty flag that's on the field. Well, they called the penalty on, yeah, and I think they're checking the clock now. It says 14:48 on the clock. It should be 11:48. Instead of it being 15-minute quarters, it's 12-minute quarters. I would assume that is what we're going to have happen here. And offsides on Alamogordo on the kickoff. It's declined, and so Riverside will get the ball at their own 35-yard line after the kickoff. And it looks like we've got the game clock ready to go. If they decline the penalty, so it's actually not at the 35, it'll be at the 30 after the return. All right, so Riverside will come out with 4 wide receivers, 2 to the top, 2 to the bottom. They've got the ball on the near hash. And here is the snap and the handoff, and a run straight up the middle is going to net a few yards as Vasquez will hand it off to number 13, Tosamoa Misioka. And hopefully I'm pronouncing that young name correctly. And so it's a gain of, looks like 2 on the opening carry. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Trips to the top and 1 to the bottom. Alamogordo with 3 down linemen. Again, it's a handoff, sweep off to the far side, and fighting for yardage and pretty close to a 1st down. They'll get out to the 41-yard line. That's a gain of 9, and it is a 1st down as the Rangers pick up their opening 1st down of the game. And they're already back to the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 at the Riverside 41-yard line. They're going left to right here in this first quarter. 2 wide receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. 3 down linemen for the Tigers. 4 linebackers, 4 DBs for Alamo. The DBs playing pretty far off the wide receivers at the moment. As Vasquez, the running back to his left, lifts his leg, awaits the snap, and takes it. He's going to drop back to pack first time, coming to the near side. And it's going to be intercepted by the Tigers. DeAndre Martin on a pass that was kind of floated, and Martin broke on it and picks it off. And Alamogordo will get a turnover on the 3rd play of the game. DeAndre Martin on the interception for the Alamogordo Tigers, and it'll be 1st and 10 The Tigers will have it at the Riverside 39-yard line. And we'll get to see the Alamogordo offense for the first time tonight. 10:35 to go in the first quarter on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. One wide receiver to the bottom, two to the top for Alamogordo. Lead back off to the right. And the running back is to the left of Alamogordo's quarterback, Elijah Montoya. Takes the snap, and he's looking to throw. And he'll toss to the outside, and it is caught and slung down hard. I think there's a fumble on the play, though. And it is a turnover right back for Alamogordo. So number 17 for the Tigers, Michael Gonzalez, got the reception but ends up fumbling it. And Alamogordo gives the ball right back. Now, Alamogordo ended up with a nice reception there. So and it'll be Riverside ball at their own 29-yard line. So two receivers to the bottom and two to the top. Each team with the turnover in the first minute and a half of the game. Take the handoff one side, and now handoff goes the other end, and Alamogordo gets into the backfield and brings down the back as Misioka is brought down, and that's going to be a 2-yard loss. Three wide receivers at the top and one at the bottom. Running back is to the right. Tigers with just two down linemen and a standing one to the left. Three-man rush. And rolling to his left and almost brought down by Davidson. The pass is going to be off the mark. And it'll be third down and long for Riverside. And it's interesting. We haven't seen Noah Ramirez, number 4, who's led the team in rushing. I don't know. Yeah, it looks like he's in street clothes, so he must be dealing with an injury. I see him down the field now. So one of their best players not able to dress out for tonight's game for Riverside. I haven't mentioned, by the way, it is homecoming tonight for Riverside. Second time that Alamogordo has been a homecoming opponent. Empty set, 5 wide receivers. Back to pass with a 3-man rush. Here's a throw, and that one's going to overthrow everybody at the 41-yard line. Don't see any flags out there, and Alamogordo will force a punt on the incompletion. 0 for 3 with an interception here early for Derek Vasquez for Riverside. And so Alamogordo will send out Anthony Audette to return the punt. He'll stand at the Tigers' 42-yard line. Here's the snap and the punt and the line drive that may have gotten deflected by somebody up front. It ends up being an okay punt as it'll roll all the way to the Alamogordo 41-yard line. About a 30-yard punt. So considering the angle of it, looked like one of their offensive or defensive linemen was in there punting it away. Number 60, which I don't have on their roster, unfortunately. So Alamogordo's offense will get another chance. One play and a fumble. This time they'll start at their own 41-yard line. Not as good a field position as they had after the DeAndre Martin interception. 9:26 to go first quarter. No score on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. 2 receivers at the top, 1 at the bottom. Running back is to the left of Montoya. Man in motion from right to left. They will hand it off. It'll be Audette who makes one man miss, puts his head down, and was able to get some positive yardage. It was a play that was kind of in trouble right away, but a good move by Audette to make the running back, or make the defender miss, and he's able to get 2 yards, and it'll be second down and 8. 2 receivers at the bottom, 1 at the top. Ball's in the far hash. And the snap and the handoff again to Audette, and he's going to bounce it to the near side. Audette has got the first down for the Tigers as he crosses midfield, gets into Riverside territory at the 46-yard line. And that'll be a gain of 11. And that's Alamogordo's first down of this game. 8:45 to go. 2 receivers at the top and 1 at the bottom. Here's the snap, and the handoff goes to Audette. Audette pushing his way off the right side. Tigers' offensive line getting some good movement up front, and that'll be a gain of about 4 on first down, second down and 6. It's mainly Audette. Alamogordo has an offensive lineman hobbling off the field and one running on. Looks like it's the left guard for the Tigers. And Alamogordo still has plenty of time on the play clock. 2 receivers at the top and 1 at the bottom. Audette stays in at running back. Here's the snap, and they give it to Anthony again. Able to miss one, the guy missed. Able to make another guy miss, and then he stumbles on his own as he had bounced it to the outside. Would have had some more running room, but Anthony making some fine moves in the backfield, and it looks like it's got enough for another Alamogordo first down. It's a gain of 9. And so far, Alamogordo running the football has been tough to stop. 2 first downs on the drive, and it's 1st and 10 at the Riverside 34-yard line. Ball in the near hash. Alamogordo going right to left in this first quarter. Play action. Looking to throw, going deep down the near side. He's got Warren. He's got the ball. He's got the touchdown. Jason Warren with the score for the Tigers. 35 yards on the completion, and Alamogordo has the lead 6-0. Just man on man at the near sideline, and one-on-one, Warren was able to win the battle, and the Tigers are in the end zone and have the first score of the game. Tigers line it up for the extra point. Aiden Vasquez on to kick it for Alamogordo. Counting out the number. Make sure they've got the right amount of players on the field is Nathaniel Best. And got one guy running on late. Still got 15 on the play clock. And then a penalty flag is going to be thrown. The extra point is up and good. Alamo had 11. So they're going to call an illegal substitution on Alamogordo. And so I think Alamo's going to have to kick the extra point again from 5 yards further back. I didn't think, and maybe it was because the player was running on late. The timing of it. That's all I can figure out. And so Alamogordo, I think, had the right number of players in the field, but it was the timing of things, I believe. Snap down. Kick is up, and looks like that one's good as well. It is. So Alamogordo's got a 7-0, 7:43 to go in the first quarter on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. It's the Tigers 7 and the Rangers nothing. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
When you open a youth savings account for your child or grandchild at our credit union, you'll be starting them on a lifetime of smart financial decisions. They'll learn that our credit union is there to help them in the future. We are member-owned and not-for-profit, so there's no better place to save. Loco Credit Union, we belong to you. Online at lococreditunion.com. We're federally insured by NCUA. We're an equal housing lender.
84 Lumber is a name and a company you can trust as your hometown building partner, providing the quality you expect and the service you deserve. Visit the Alamogordo location at 3401 North White Sands Boulevard or 84lumber.com to get started on your next home project. Ochoa Stucco serves residential and commercial projects all throughout this wonderful community. Whether you're looking for some patching up or a complete stucco on your home or business, Ochoa Stucco has you covered. 575-442-6745. Go Tigers!
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Big return on the kickoff for the Riverside Rangers. They take it all the way to the Alamogordo 40-yard line on the kick as Carlos Rojas, who had the ball, and Alamogordo had covered it pretty well. He reversed his field, was going to the far sideline, and then leaped over one of the Alamogordo players and was able to get himself an extra 10 yards or so due to that leap. Pretty impressive stuff. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 for Riverside at the Alamogordo 40. Their first voyeur into Alamogordo territory. Here's a run straight up the middle. Couldn't tell if that was Vasquez or if they had somebody else in there taking the direct snap. I believe that was Vasquez on the carry. And he will move forward for about 3 yards. Brings up a 2nd down and 7, and they're ready to run it again. And this time a handoff, and there's some running room here to the near side, and enough for a 1st down as the ball goes into the hands of number 13, Misioka. And another 1st down for Riverside, their 2nd of the game. And ready to snap it again. Misioka gets it again. Coming to the near side, and Tigers have it a little bit better blocked up. Noel Garza gets in there on the tackle. And Riverside has it all the way down to the Alamogordo 30, or I should say 25-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 8, going left to right. 6:26 to go in the first quarter. Alamogordo leading 7-0. Vasquez is going to take it himself. Straight up the middle, he runs it and trying to fight for yardage, and Tigers looking to push him back, and it'll be very close to 1st down yardage. Believe he's going to be just a little bit short as he picks up 7 on the game. Already at the line of scrimmage, they snap it and go straight ahead. Vasquez has got the 1st down, and he's into some running room and inside the 5-yard line, and there's nothing fancy about what Riverside is doing on this drive. They're just lining it up and going straight at Alamogordo, and so far it's been a lot of success as they've taken it down the field, and they are going very fast here. Vasquez, again, straight up the middle. He's met by Garza, but bounces off him, and then he's going to fight his way into the end zone from 3 yards out. So Vasquez scores the touchdown. And Riverside not trying anything too fancy there. They just ran the ball straight at Alamogordo. And Alamo's maybe going to have to adjust things offensively or defensively a little bit to try and cause some problems up the middle. Extra point try is up and good. And just like that, Riverside answers back with 5:49 to go in the first quarter. We're tied at 7. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
It's Tiger football season. All of us at Otero Federal Credit Union are supporting the athletes and coaches, and we know they're going to have a great season. We hope you'll stop by one of our great branches and take advantage of all our services: checking, savings, vehicle loans, credit cards, and so much more. It's also simple and easy to bank with us online anytime. Download the OFCU app today or visit oterofcu.org. OFCU, your community credit union since 1953. Federally insured by NCUA.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. 5:49 to go in the first quarter on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. And it's Alamogordo and Riverside tied at 7. Tigers get on the board, and Riverside takes some, I think, 5 or 6 plays there to get down the field after a long kickoff return. And Alamogordo's offense back out there. 4 down linemen for Riverside. 2 receivers at the top, 1 at the bottom. Man in motion from the top to the bottom. Here is the handoff, and it's given to Audette. Audette kicks to the outside. Audette up the far sideline to the 40, 45, 50. Audette is going to be knocked out of bounds. And Anthony Audette with a big gain on first down gets it across midfield to the 47 of Riverside. That's a gain of 28. And it's been all Anthony Audette in the backfield for Alamogordo in this game. 5 carries for 54 yards. 1st and 10 for Alamogordo at the Riverside 47. Faking the handoff, play action. And looking to throw is Montoya. Some pressure, and he's able to get it away. And is that complete or incomplete? I believe incomplete. Incomplete pass. Looks like he was trying to find Gonzalez over on the far sideline. And 2nd and 10 for Alamogordo. 2 receivers at the bottom, 1 at the top. Ball's on the far hash. Here's the snap, and the handoff goes to Audette. Audette makes a nice move in the backfield and slips a defender and is able to fight forward for about 4 or 5 yards to the 43-yard line. Give him 4. Third and about 6 for Alamogordo. They need the Riverside 37-yard line for a first down. Ball at the 43. Here's the snap, faking the handoff, and Montoya's in trouble right away. They just sent a blitz right up the middle, and Alamogordo's going to lose a yard on, I don't know if that was a planned run there for Alamogordo or what exactly happened there. It seemed like more than anything maybe a miscommunication. But even if the Tigers were trying to pass on that play, it was not going well. So Alamogordo's going to punt it. Vasquez stands at his own 46. Good snap. They got real close. A high punt. I don't know if there was a piece of that, but takes a really good Alamogordo roll. And it's going to get down to about the 16. But one of the Riverside special teamers came right up the gut and was in Vasquez's face. And well done by Aiden to be able to get that off and get it down to the 16-yard line. So it puts them back inside the 20. The Tigers will take that, certainly compared to what the opposite would have been if the defender was able to get his hand on that. And it'll go for about a 30-yard punt. So Riverside ready to go. And handoff in the backfield and trying to bounce to the outside. And there's a lane being brought down. Garza's going to get to Misioka, but not before he's got a first down for Riverside. He takes it from the 16 all the way to the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 11. 2 receivers at the top, 1 at the bottom. And again, Misioka, he's going to go off left side. And Riverside's starting to get some good push up front. Alamogordo was getting in the backfield in some of the early plays, but it's going to be a gain of 4. And Riverside not moving at quite the same pace they did on the last drive, but still ready to go with more than 20 on the play clock. Vasquez just going to take it straight up the middle, and once again, he's got a seam, and he's got the first down, and just a little bit of bully ball here from Riverside as he takes it to the 40-yard line for a first down. Picks up 10 on the carry. Riverside looking towards their sideline, ready for the next play. Almost putting a little bit more in the box. They've got 4 up at the line, but getting a little bit outnumbered. But you got to be obviously careful. You know that Riverside, they've been running the football a lot more on this drive, or since the game has started, that they may try to send one deep. And Rojas coming in motion, they will give it to him. And he makes a move and bounce the outside, and Rojas up the far sideline. He is gone. The freshman who we've been talking about is going to take it 60 yards to the house as they get it to the outside. And Carlos Rojas III, who has hurt teams in the pass game this year, hasn't run the ball a ton, but with a long run, and Riverside has their first lead of the night at 13-7, 2:42 to go in the first quarter on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Snap down, kick is up, and it is good. 2:42 remaining here in quarter number 1. Riverside leads Alamogordo 14-7 on the Richardson scoreboard. We'll take a break and come back. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Big O Tires has the best deals on tires, brakes, oil changes, and more. Now through October 1st, get $50 to $100 instant savings on 4 select in-stock Next International tires. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
If you and your family are looking for a new home, you don't have to look far for a home mortgage. As a community bank, we not only have great rates, we offer you friendly financial service right here in the neighborhood. There are a lot of options in real estate lending. We're here to see that you get a loan you can live with. Talk to us about your home mortgage. We're an equal housing lender. First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
84 Lumber is a name and a company you can trust as your hometown building partner, providing the quality you expect and the service you deserve. Visit the Alamogordo location at 3401 North White Sands Boulevard or 84lumber.com to get started on your next home project.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019 as Riverside leads 14-7, 2:42 to go on the Richardson Motors scoreboard. Tigers offense will come back on the field. Almo's offense has been able to move the ball in this game, but got stalled in Riverside territory on the last drive, and then Carlos Rojas III, showing why he's a freshman on the varsity. He looks like a special talent. Here is the handoff, and straight up the middle goes Alamogordo, and it's going to be number 12, Nathaniel Best, on the carry. Have not seen Avion Valdez tonight. I don't know if he's dealing with an injury or what's going on there, but or at least I haven't seen him in at running back. Let me restate that. Tigers going with 4 wide receivers on this set. Gain of about 3 on that carry. 2nd down and 7 for Alamogordo. 2 receivers to the top and 1 to the bottom, or 2 to the bottom, I should say. Ball's on the near hash. Montoya takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looking to throw. He's pressured. He got away from the first defender, but does not get away from the next one as the blitz comes, and it was one where he needed to get rid of the ball quickly. Sent 5, 6 into the backfield against him, and that's the 2nd sack of the game. Only loses about 1, but still 3rd and 9 for Alamogordo, and with the way that this Riverside offense has been moving the football in the last 2 drives, 3 and out is the opposite of what Alamogordo needs here. But it'll be a 3rd and 9. And Alamo can't spend too much time in the backfield. It can't be play action. It's got to be maybe something to roll Montoya out of the pocket. Play clock down to 5, awaiting the snap. And he's got it. And again, a blitz. He's got some time. He throws it. And he was hit as he threw. And it's going to be incomplete. And Alamogordo goes 3 and out and will have to punt with 1:13 remaining here in the quarter. So positive yardage on the first run, and then tried to go to the air on the next 2 plays and ends up in a sack and an incompletion. And this is something to watch here as well. Riverside got real close to blocking the last punt as somebody came free up the middle. Better this time. Punt is not particularly great, high, but short, and it's going to roll out of bounds at the 48. So a tough punt there for the Tigers as Riverside will get the ball on the Alamogordo into the field, 22-yard punt. And Riverside, with all the momentum here in the first quarter, trying to add on to a 14-7 lead. Tiger defense, which has already forced a turnover and a 3 and out, really could use a stop here. Try and stem the tide a little bit. Ball's on the near hash and at the Alamogordo 48, going left to right here. And running back to the left, lead back off to the left. Man in motion is Rojas. And they fake the handoff to him. Run comes the near side to Misioka. And he is going to be brought down after a solid gain. Gets across the 45s. DeAndre Martin tackles him at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 4. He's been the feature back in this game for Riverside. Of course, the one name going into it, I was like, I'm not really sure how to pronounce that. Of course, he's the guy that's going to get the ball the most. Oh, well. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that young man's name correctly. 2 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. And running back to the left of the quarterback, Vasquez takes the snap, and he will just run it straight ahead. And once again, some good lanes to run through. He's going to get popped pretty hard and is going to be very close to the first down marker. I think he's going to get it to the 38 and maybe the last play. And so it is a first down for Riverside. as he picks up 6. And the clock, they may get a playoff here. There's 5 seconds left on the clock. And they will. And they'll give it to Misioka, goes straight up the middle. Tigers have that blocked up pretty well, but he's continuing to turn the legs and is going to get pretty good yardage. Instead of a gain of maybe 2, it's going to be a gain of 5, it looks like, on the final play of the first quarter. And after 1 here in El Paso, the Riverside Rangers lead the Alamogordo Tigers 14-7 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. We'll return after these messages. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Tularosa Communication is now offering the smart Wi-Fi with built-in network security and enhanced parental controls. Do you have kids at home that you want to protect from overexposure on the internet? Block content, set internet time limits, or app and website restrictions for each family member in the house. Get notified when you have a network intrusion and reroute bandwidth to devices that matter the most, all from an app on your phone. Take control of your internet with Tularosa Communications. Visit tularosa.net or call 585-2700 for more information.
It's never too early to win. Letter jackets for Christmas.
The Winter Circle offers a variety of letter jackets in traditional styles for your students in Alamogordo, Cloudcroft, Tularosa, and Mescalero. Stop by today and help make your high schoolers' last years memorable. Lay away your letter jacket now. The Winter Circle, outfitting champions for over 50 years.
1201 East 10th Street. Open Monday through Friday.
Go Tigers! See you at the games!
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. It's Riverside 14, Alamogordo 7 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Riverside with the ball at the Alamogordo 33, 2nd and 5. Man Ocean, and they give it to him, and I believe that's Misioka who came off the receiver slot, but Tigers defend that well. Nope, I'm sorry, that's number 17, Tristan Lopez, on his first carry of the game. And he's going to get positive yardage to the 31. It's a gain of 2. But it does bring up 3rd down for the Rangers at the Alamogordo 31-yard line. So they'll need 3 yards, 3rd and 3. 2 receivers at the top and 1 at the bottom. And Vasquez awaits the snap, and he will run it to the left side, and he's got some room. He's going to be upended. Nice tackle from DeAndre Martin, but it's going to be enough for a 1st down, a gain of 4. 53 yards rushing on 7 carries for Vasquez. And there's no misdirection to any of that. It's just a straight quarterback sprint or sweep. He's just getting behind his big fellas up front, and they're doing a good job blocking for him. Misioka's going to get it on the handoff, and he is able to bounce it to the outside, gets across the 20-yard line down to the 19, and that's going to be a gain of about 8 on the 1st down run. And so far, Riverside, as they've gotten their run game going, as the game has progressed, they have really been able to control things. And it'll be 2 receivers at the bottom, 1 at the top. Lead back's off to the left. Running back is to the left of the quarterback, Vasquez, who will hand it off. And a missed tackle is going to lead to a 1st down. Not a big gain for Misioka. It is him again getting the football down to the 16-yard line. Gain of 4. And the Rangers pick up another 1st down. That's 8 first downs in this first half. For Riverside. Side 14, Alamogordo 7. Alamogordo would love to try to hold this to a field goal. And Vasquez on the play action is going to keep it himself. Gets around the left side, still on his feet at the 5, and is eventually brought down to about the 3-yard line. But another big run. They're getting to the edge on this Tiger defense and creating some problems. It's a gain of 13, and it's another 1st down. 1st and goal now from the Alamogordo 3 for Riverside. Vasquez with the snap, and again, just going to take it straight ahead. And Alamo just does not have an answer for that play. I mean, it's straight up the middle on this Alamogordo defense. And Vasquez has been able to pick up chunks, and this time it's from 3 yards out for the touchdown, his 2nd touchdown of the game. 71 yards rushing for Vasquez on 9 carries. They threw the ball a little bit in that early part of the game, ended up with an interception, a couple incompletions. They have not thrown the ball since that 3 and out, have run it, let's see, 19, 20, 21 times. And the extra point is good. It's Riverside 21, Alamogordo 7 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. 10-11 remaining in the first half. You're listening to Tiger Football on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
You've worked hard. Who deserves a vacation more than you? Our credit union says nobody. Talk to us about a relaxing vacation loan. We're member-owned and not-for-profit. For a vacation so relaxing, even the loan is stress-free. Loco Credit Union. We belong to you. Online at lococreditunion.com. We're federally insured by NCUA. We're an equal housing lender.
Custom work is what Ochoa Stucco does best. Whether you need an estimate for your home or business, you won't find better quality work anywhere. Contact Ochoa Stucco today. Like them on Facebook, 575-442-6745. Go Tigers!
Big O Tires has the best deals on tires, brakes, oil changes, and more. Now through October 1st, get $50 to $100 instant savings on 4 select in-stock Next International tires. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Riverside 21, Alamogordo 7 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. 10-11 remaining in this second quarter. Tigers offense back out on the field. It's been a tough go since they scored the touchdown, and Alamogordo just runs a speed option with Elijah Montoya. He's going to keep it himself and maybe take a little bit of a book out of what Riverside has been doing, just keeping it kind of simple here, and it's a gain of about 3 for Montoya. It'll be 2nd down and 7 for Alamogordo. Ball's on the far hash. They're going left to right now in this second quarter towards the north end zone. Tigers scored on their second offensive drive. They had forced an interception, but the very next play fumbled it. They did force a 3 and out and then went down the field, and Jason Warren scored a touchdown. But since then, Alamogordo had a drive that stalled in Riverside territory and then a 3 and out. Here's a handoff, and it's Audette, and Audette finds a hole up the middle after a nice move in the backfield. He's got the first down. The ball might have come out, but it looks like Alamogordo got it back, and it'll go to the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 13, and it's a first down for Alamogordo. It has been all Audette in this game. I don't remember I don't know if they're in practice Valdez had an injury, or there wasn't one I noticed during the game last week against Capital. So unfortunate that they don't have, they've kind of been a nice two-headed monster this year between Anthony and Avion. And I don't see Avion in street clothes on the sideline, so he must not travel with the team. 2 receivers at the bottom, 1 at the top. Tigers going to have to call a timeout here. No, they got it off in time. And Audette is able to bounce to the outside again. And Audette with some good yardage. And he's really starting to show off his moves. A lot of it's making that first man miss. It's a gain of 6. Second down and 4 for Alamogordo. 8:28 to go in quarter number 2. Tigers down by 14. Running back is to the left of Montoya. And Elijah's going to throw. And he's going to go to the far sideline. It was a good throw right to the hands of Jason Warren, but he wasn't able to squeeze it. Incomplete pass. And so the Tigers will face a 3rd down and 4 now. Just a simple curl route on the far sideline at the 45 of Riverside. And good delivery from Montoya. But falls incomplete for Alamogordo. 2 receivers at the bottom, 1 at the top. And Montoya has got it, and they run that speed option. He's going to keep it, and he's going to get the first down. And a little bit extra here on the near side of the field away from it. DeAndre Martin was the epitome of finishing his block, but Alamogordo is going to get the first down to the Riverside 46-yard line. That's a gain of 8. Tigers with the first down at the Riverside 46. Ball on the far hash. Man in motion is Martin from the near side of the far side. And they'll hand it off to Audette, who goes straight up the middle. Or no, that's Best this time, and he's doing his best to hold on to the football as Riverside was kind of ripping at it. But Tigers starting to show some dominance straight up the middle. That's a gain of 9 for Nathaniel Best. So Best and Audette getting the carries out of the running back position for Alamogordo tonight. 2nd down and 1 for Alamo. And this has been their best drive since early in the game. But this is an area where Alamogordo struggled a little bit, is having their drive stall out at this part of the field. And they're going to hand it off on the jet sweep to Martin. Martin trying to find a lane on the outside, and he is going to be brought down. But I think he's going to have the first down, as it looks like he got to the 34-yard line, which is where he needed to. And, yes, he'll pick up a gain of about 2, and that's enough for the first down. 6th first down of this game for Alamogordo. Been a relatively clean game so far. I think the offside and the illegal substitution have been the only 2 penalties, both of them on Alamogordo. One of them was declined, one of them was accepted. Tigers with 15 on the play clock. 2 receivers top, 1 at the bottom. Lead back is off to the left. And Riverside looked like they jumped offside. Let's wait and see if that's on the Rangers or is it on Alamogordo. Flag thrown by the umpire. And still waiting for the official call. No, they're going to call it a false start on Alamogordo. Now, the movement that I saw was from Riverside, but I guess somebody else, maybe the center, flinched or something. You know, the Tigers get behind the sticks here, which is certainly what they do not want to do. 2 receivers at the top and 1 at the bottom. There's the snap, and we've got another false start on Alamogordo. I'm not sure. Honestly, I didn't see movement there. I don't know if one of the wide receivers maybe went early. 1st and 20 now for Alamogordo, and I had mentioned that this is the part of the field where Alamogordo has struggled a bit. They started on their own 25 and get into Riverside territory, and now back-to-back penalties makes it 1st and 20. Fake of the handoff, and that did not look right, as Audette didn't even reach out for the ball, and coming to the near side with it was Montoya. So I don't know who had that play incorrect, but somebody did, and it'll be no gain. Second and long for Alamogordo. And even if they were to get close to the original sticks, it's not field goal range. Snap, and Montoya looking to throw a screen, and it is complete, but Riverside read that pretty well. It's going to be a gain, but not a whole lot, as Audette gets it to the 40-yard line. Gain of 4 on the completion. First completion since a touchdown pass for Alamogordo. And the Tigers changing out some personnel here. I don't know if Alamogordo is going to use a timeout. Doesn't look like Coach Sisko's in too big of a hurry at the moment. 5:17 to go in the quarter. And letting the play clock roll down. And it certainly would appear that he is going to use the first time out of the game for Alamogordo. So timeout called with 5:02 to go here in quarter number 2. Riverside 21, Alamogordo 7. Tigers are going to have a 3rd and 16 when we come back. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
When life happens, OFCU has a loan for that. Appliances, furniture, medical, repairs, vacations, consolidations, and more. OFCU's personal loans are as low as 9.99% APR. Apply online at oterofcu.org or in person today. All loans are subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Alma Sports and Talk, 12:30, 101.9. It's Riverside 21, Alamogordo 7, 5:02 to go on the Richardson Motor scoreboard here in this second quarter. And Alamogordo will have a 3rd and 16 from the Riverside 40-yard line. It'll be one receiver to the bottom and two to the top. And Best is in at running back for Alamogordo. And I don't think he could run the screen again here. Imagine Riverside will be ready for that. Riverside doesn't blitz, and then a pump fake, and then a short throw. Now that was intended, it looked like, for Gonzalez. And Alamogordo looks like they're leaving their offense on the field. Now I think Alamogordo recognizing the defense having some issues that they feel like they need to go for it here. I'm a little surprised that now maybe they're just going to take a delay of game penalty. Because they're in no hurry. Yeah, I think they're going to. They send a bunch of guys out, but I think they'll take the 5 yards back. So delay of game on Alamogordo, and we'll go back to the 45-yard line and give Vasquez maybe an opportunity to pin him back deep, which he has done well in the last few games. Had a couple of punts go inside the 5-yard line against Capital. I think the big question will be for Alamogordo is, can they slow down Riverside's offense? And the punt, high and hanging. And it is going to bounce, and it's going to take a good Alamogordo roll, and it'll be down inside the 10-yard line. So that'll work for Alamogordo. They able to get about a 36-yard punt on that. Vasquez has very good rotation on his punts. Almost every time they're going to take an Alamogordo roll, it seems like I've seen this season. So he definitely has good form in regards to that. But now, with 4:52 to go in the quarter, Alamogordo's got to get a stop here and not let Riverside get in the end zone. Alamogordo does have the ball to begin the second half, but they, maybe if anything just for confidence, need to slow down what this Riverside offense has been doing over their last 3 possessions. All of them scores. Rojas in motion from the near side of the far side. They're going to give it to him, and he's going to try to turn upfield. He makes one man miss, and Tigers have him defended better than the last time he touched the football as he crosses the 15 to the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down and 3, and there is a player down. It looks like it's a Riverside player that is down on the field. They are tending to him at the 15-yard line. Appears to be Tristan Lopez is the player that is down. And still on his back at the 15. So we're at a stoppage right now with 4:34 to go in the second quarter. Riverside 21, Alamogordo 7. It'll be a 2nd down and 3. And hasn't been a lot of quick movement to get Lopez up at the moment. And now he is going to pop up and head over to his sideline. Now, actually, that was Ivan Valenzuela. Looks like that was down on the play. So number 2. Two receivers to the bottom and one to the top for Riverside on a 2nd down and 3. Tigers starting to crowd the line of scrimmage a little bit more, putting 5-6 in the box. And it's going to be a straight run from Vasquez. And again, very good push up front from Riverside. It's just a massive humanity. And number 3 in orange finds his way up the middle for a 9-yard gain. And Riverside moves the chains once again. And Alamo just not being able to get any penetration against this front from Riverside. They have mixed up the type of runs. It's been, some jet sweeps and some running back sweeps to the outside, but a lot of it has been just the quarterback taking it and running it. He's going to throw it for the first time in quite a while. Tigers are into the backfield, and he is going to be sacked. Kind of surprised that Riverside decided to throw the ball there. Man, they've just been running it right at Alamogordo. It's going to be a 4-yard loss. A group of Tigers bring him down. Looked like Pittman and Bosserman and a few other guys were in the mix there for Alamogordo. So they decide to pass it, and they lose 4 yards. I think they were trying to catch Alamogordo, maybe being too aggressive on stopping the run. Here comes the handoff, and bouncing it off the far side, and just like that, they take it off right guard and pick up 15 on the carry. And Ricardo Briones makes the carry, and he's got the first down. So the pass play didn't hurt him. Briones is going to get it again, and he is going to be brought down after solid yardage once again. Takes it off the left side of the line this time, and he picks up 7. And the tempo of Riverside has been a problem as well for Alamo. Alamo trying to run somebody off in time. They do. Under 3 minutes to go in the half. Here's the snap, and here's the handoff, and come the near side, and it's a huge hole. And Briones, again, we've got a penalty flag thrown on the play. It looks like the wide receiver that was blocking on the outside. Maybe it's a penalty on him. I don't know. Gain looks like it would go to the 35, waiting to see what the call is. Holding against Riverside. I was a little confused because it looked like one of the Riverside coaches was saying, we'll decline the penalty. I'm thinking, do you have that option when it's against you? It may still be enough for a first down. They will mark it off from the Alamogordo 43-yard line, so back to the 47. Yeah, I think it's still enough for a first down. So they'll move the chains. So even with the holding penalty, it's enough for a first down for the Rangers. So it'll be 2 receivers at the top and 1 at the bottom. And here's the snap, and again, just a straight run from the quarterback, Vasquez, and got linemen 7-8 yards up the field. He just gets behind them, and he's going to pick up the first down again. It's a gain of 11. Now, it's one of those that, if you're Alamogordo, I'm not really sure. I don't know if you try to find some more beef to put in there in the front, but. And here's a run again by Vasquez. And he is fighting for more yardage, trying to get brought down. They'll eventually blow the whistle, but it's to the 31, and it looks like that's going to be another first down, gain of 10. So Riverside with 2:15 remaining. They still have all 3 of their timeouts remaining, so they can continue to run the football here. And this time the Tigers actually get into the backfield quickly, as it'll be about a 3-yard loss. That'll be a nice little confidence builder. And number 59 for the Tigers getting in there for the stop. That was Josiah Collazo who makes the stop for the Tigers. It's a loss of 2 on the carry. And it'll be 2nd down and 12. 1:44 remaining. Vasquez will take the snap, and he will hand it off and trying to bounce it to the near side. And Briones makes one man miss, makes another man miss, and then he stumbled. He's going to be short of the first down. It's going to be a gain of about 12 or 10, 11. Let's call it 11. 3rd and 1 for Riverside. Vasquez, he will hand it off, and coming to the near side, we've got a penalty flag that's going to be called. Tigers make the tackle at about the 10-yard line. Again, that was Collazo who makes the stop. But I think we're going to see a penalty flag. Umpire, boy, made a long throw on that one. And it's going to be a chop block against Alamogordo. So I guess one of the Alamogordo defensive linemen went low on a player engaged by Riverside. And so Alamogordo has the penalty called against them. Certainly looked like it was going to be in the area of Alamogordo getting the call, but that does not happen. And Riverside is going to have the ball first and goal at the 7-yard line, trying to add on to a 21-7 lead. Riverside with some wide splits here with their offensive linemen. And Vasquez is going to take it off the right side, and he is going to be brought down shy of the goal line as he will get to the 3-yard line and pick up a gain of 4. Already over 100 yards rushing for the Riverside quarterback tonight. And again, it's just been straight ahead runs. No, not much misdirection on some of these, and it's going to do it again using his running back as a lead block, and he goes almost untouched into the end zone for the score. And it's his 3rd rushing touchdown of the night. And it's Riverside 27, Alamogordo 7. And I mean, if you're Alamogordo, I'm not sure what you do. I mean, they're just using their beef up front, and Tigers do not have an answer for it. And we knew going into the season, Alamogordo was not a particularly big team up front. And this is a game where Alamogordo just has not been able to overcome that. And Riverside leads 28-7. 43 seconds remaining here in the second quarter on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. We'll come right back. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Riverside leads 28-7. 43 seconds remaining. I kind of feel like if you're Alamogordo, you got to try to be aggressive here and throw the football. I mean, I know you don't want to make a mistake, but, they really could use something positive here before the half ends. It's going to be difficult, but, I'd say try to chuck it up at least once. And it may depend on what they get here on first down. Two receivers to the bottom and one to the top. Lead backs off to the left, man in motion. And they will hand it off, and Audette coming to the near side and going to get some good yardage, and he's going to get out of bounds. There's a penalty flag that's thrown. And Alamogordo is going to get called for, I think, a hold. Now they called the hold right about where Audette went out of bounds. I don't understand that. There really wasn't any Tiger player in that vicinity. Yeah, I don't know. That's one where I think the home bench is in the official's ear a little bit there. All right, it'll be 1st and 11 for Alamogordo now after the run from Audette. And he'll hand it off again, and Audette going straight up the middle, and he's going to have a first down for Alamogordo, so he picks up about 13 this time around. 31 seconds to go. Tigers are going to try to hurry up here. They still have 2 timeouts remaining. Here's the snap, and again, he'll give it off to Audette, who again goes straight up the middle. And 20 seconds to go, and I guess Alamogordo's, they are going to try to run another play here, but not using a timeout. Kind of surprised. No, it looks like Riverside's going to call a timeout with 10 seconds left. Kind of surprised at that. 90 yards rushing on 9 carries tonight for Audette. He has played exceptional for Alamogordo, has been the bright spot offensively. And Jason Warren with the 35-yard touchdown reception. And once again, Alamogordo offensively, with the exception of one drive, has moved the ball pretty well tonight, but it's been similar to what we saw last week, is stalling. Getting into Riverside territory around their 40-yard line, and the most recent drive, it was penalties. The drive before that, it was a... I can't remember what, it seemed like it was a busted play in the backfield more than anything else. So Riverside called the timeout there. I think they have their full allotment of timeout, so I don't think there'll be enough time for them to get the football back, but maybe trying to force a mistake here from the Tigers. And quick throw to the outside. Warren's got it. Warren on the run is fighting for some extra yardage, and he's going to get out of bounds. No, they're going to say they're going to roll the clock. Well, it would have been a first down, so they should have stopped the clock anyway. That's the same thing we saw last week. They roll the clock on the far sideline. Clearly it's a first down. I would say clearly he was out of bounds as well. Trying to see how much time they put back on the clock. Looks like it's probably going to be 3 seconds. And so it'll be a 1st and 10 at the 46 for Alamogordo. Completion of 16 yards there to Warren. They're trying to get the 3 seconds on the clock. And they're still trying to work on that. So Alamogordo is going to have a 1st and 10 at the Riverside 46. I don't think Elijah's got the arm to get this to the end zone, so it's going to have to be something else. They're going to pump fake and then throw and go up the near sideline, and that's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Aiden Vasquez, but the half will end. Well, it's been all Riverside since Alamogordo scored that early touchdown, the Jason Warren score. Riverside scored on their next 4 offensive possessions, pretty much all running the football, and they lead 28-7 on the Richardson Motors scoreboard. On the Otero Federal Credit Union halftime show, we'll try to get some scores from around New Mexico, and we'll have some other stuff coming up for you guys as well as we get see what the Tigers can do in the second half. They will have the ball to begin the second half. We'll be right back.
Sometimes you just need a loan. Your daughter Debbie is getting married. Your son Toby needs a new tuba. Let's face it, families cost money. Things come up that you had no way of predicting. We make personal loans for occasions like this to people who have good credit. So next time you find yourself connected to the unexpected, stop in and see us about a personal loan, subject to credit approval. First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
Slow internet again? Signal constantly dropping? Don't take it out on your computer. Instead, call Tularosa Communications for internet stress relief. They have the speed and the reliability to make your internet dreams come true. If you want fast, they have faster. If you want service you can rely on, they are the most reliable. And customer service, it's all about you. Call Tularosa Communications to get connected. 585-2700.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
When you open a youth savings account for your child or grandchild at our credit union, you'll be starting them on a lifetime of smart financial decisions. They'll learn that our credit union is there to help them in the future. We are member-owned and not-for-profit, so there's no better place to save. Loco Credit Union, we belong to you. Online at lococreditunion.com. We're federally insured by NCUA. We're an equal housing lender.
84 Lumber is a name and a company you can trust as your hometown building partner, providing the quality you expect and the service you deserve. Visit the Alamogordo location at 3401 North White Sands Boulevard or 84lumber.com to get started on your next home project. Ochoa Stucco serves residential and commercial projects all throughout this wonderful community. Whether you're looking for some patching up or a complete stucco on your home or business, Ochoa Stucco has you covered. 575-442-6745. Go Tigers!
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230-1019. We're at halftime as the Alamogordo Tigers trail 28-7 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. This is the Otero Federal Credit Union halftime show, and let's recap the scoring for you guys through one half of play. The Tigers trailing 20-7. It was off to a great start for Alamogordo. They got an interception from DeAndre Martin on the opening drive. Very next play, Alamogordo would turn it over on a fumble, but they would then force a 3-and-out and get the ball back. And on a 35-yard touchdown pass from Elijah Montoya to Jason Warren, they led 7-0. The bad news for Alamogordo since that point, it has been all Riverside, as Riverside would take it right down the field on the run game, ended up on a Derek Vasquez 3-yard touchdown run with 5:49 to go in the first quarter, and gave them a lead. Alamogordo would take it down the field and get into Riverside territory on the ensuing drive, but stalled, forced a punt. Riverside gets the ball back and end up getting a 60-yard touchdown run from Carlos Rojas III. Made it 14-7 with 2:42 to go in the first quarter. Tigers would then go 3-and-out. The score would be 14-7 after one quarter of play, but then Vasquez would, I think that drive started about the 48-yard line and just moved it right down the field on Alamogordo. And Riverside hasn't faced very many third downs in this game. They have really been able to move the ball up down the field nicely against this Tiger defense. And Vasquez with another 3-yard touchdown run. He's got 3 of those tonight, by the way. Made it 21-7 with 10:11 to go in the second quarter. Alamogordo, again, had a nice drive going, gets into Riverside territory, but stalls out after back-to-back false start penalties and find themselves having to punt it one more time. Riverside with there's about 5 minutes left in the quarter. They had to go from inside their own 15-yard line, and they did not pass. Well, they did pass the ball once, but ended up in a sack. They run the ball down the field and get into the end zone with about a minute left, and that's just been the story of this matchup. Vasquez, again, with a 3-yard touchdown run. That was with 43 seconds remaining in the half, and made it 28-7, and that's where we find ourselves. Tigers got again across midfield with in about 30-40 seconds. So, I mean, that's the big thing for the Tigers, and we heard that in the pregame from Coach Sisko, is their inability to finish off drives, and it's really, really hurt them in this game. And that's something when district rolls around, the Tigers they've got to be able to finish drives against. Talk about going to district, that Alamogordo's going to have a chance to finish second or third in district, and those are the things that have got to get cleaned up for sure. In terms of what Riverside's being able to do offensively and just run it straight at Alamogordo, I mean, there are times where you just go up against a team that's bigger than you up front, and it's really, really difficult to overcome that. And, I'm sure that there are some things that the Tigers can try to do, but, I mean, it's nothing fancy what Riverside's doing. It's their quarterback just getting behind his offensive line and going straight ahead, off guard, off tackle. They're running to the outside a little bit, but it's in between the hash marks that they're just running straight up the middle on this Alamogordo defense. And Riverside has been very, very impressive in what they have done. So it is 28-7 at halftime. We'll look for some scores from around the state. We'll also play our interview with our Tiger Athlete of the Week for this week, which is Olivia Stafford of Lady Tiger Volleyball. They're out in Roswell today and tomorrow for the Zia Classic tournament. We've got one other team playing tonight in the area. Mescalero Apaches out at Loving in terms of football. And so we'll see if we've got a score for you on that. All right, we'll go ahead and take a break on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. It is Riverside 28, Alamogordo 7. You're listening to the Otero Federal Credit Union halftime show. We'll be back after this here on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
It's Tiger football season. All of us at Otero Federal Credit Union are supporting the athletes and coaches, and we know they're going to have a great season. We hope you'll stop by one of our great branches and take advantage of all our services: checking, savings, vehicle loans, credit cards, and so much more. It's also simple and easy to bank with us online anytime. Download the OFCU app today or visit oterofcu.org. OFCU, your community credit union since 1953. Federally insured by NCUA.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company. Big O Tires has the best deals on tires, brakes, oil changes, and more. Now through October 1st, get $50 to $100 instant savings on 4 select in-stock Next International tires. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
When someone thinks they have a better idea, like a new way to make it or a new place to take it, they start their own business. Every small business has not so small ambitions. We can help you with about every financial service you'll need, like e-statements to save your filing space, mobile banking from your smartphone, lines of credit for expansion, and online account access. To us, there's nothing small about small business. First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
84 Lumber is a name and a company you can trust as your hometown building partner, providing the quality you expect and the service you deserve. Visit the Alamogordo location at 3401 North White Sands Boulevard or 84lumber.com to get started on your next home project.
Tularosa Communication is now offering the smart Wi-Fi with built-in network security and enhanced parental controls. Do you have kids at home that you want to protect from overexposure on the internet? Block content, set internet time limits, or app and website restrictions for each family member in the house. Get notified when you have a network intrusion and reroute bandwidth to devices that matter the most, all from an app on your phone. Take control of your internet with Tularosa Communications. Visit tularosa.net or call 585-2700 for more information.
You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Halftime here at Riverside High School in El Paso with the Rangers leading the Tigers 28-7 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. You're listening to the Otero Federal Credit Union halftime show, and some scores from around the state of New Mexico tonight. Estancia up on Hagerman, 47-0. Hatch Valley leading Chaparral 12-7. Santa Fe is beating Manzano 22-14. Socorro 21-14 up on Miamura. West Mesa in the first half leading Atrisco Heritage 12-0. Rio Rancho at halftime is up on Hobbs 14-7. Eunice 21-14 in the first half leading Dexter. Piedra Vista up 7-0 on Goddard at halftime. Gadsden 26-0 leading Oregon Mountain in the first half. Coburg 40-0 up over Rodoso in the first half. Artesia at halftime is leading Cleveland 22-14. I think that's going to be a fun finish to that one. Kermit, Texas leading Jal 21-13. Roswell's up on Carlsbad 28-7. Loving is leading Mescalero Apache 14-6. The last score update was in the second quarter of that game. La Cueva 7-0 over Los Lunas. That one doesn't say when it is. It's in progress, so I'm not sure. Portales 28-0 over St. Pius in the first half. Farwell, Texas beating Texaco 41-14. That's in the third quarter. Lovington's up on Denver City, Texas, 27-14 in the second quarter. And that appears to be it. Trying to load up NMOT Sports. Thankfully, my broadcast connection is going pretty good tonight, but my phone connection has been less than great so far. Kind of curious to see what's going on with Mayfield and Cruces this evening as well. Let's see. Roswell's up on Carlsbad 35-7 at half. So That's a bit of an updated score there. Kind of interesting that Artesia up 22-14 at half. One of Cleveland's touchdowns is as a pick six. So been a close game to say the least between those two sides. And I don't see any other scoreboard updates, especially for Mayfield and Cruces. So we'll see if we can find one. I'll have to scourge through Twitter and see if there's somebody that's updating over there. All right, we are at halftime here on the Otero Federal Credit Union halftime show. I believe they showed a 30-minute halftime, so it is homecoming here at Riverside High School, and they've got the band performing. So it is a pretty long halftime. I think usually when it's a homecoming in New Mexico, it goes about 20, so it'll be about an extra 10 minutes. So we'll hear from our Tiger Athlete of the Week, Olivia Stafford, coming up here in just a little bit, and we'll try to get some other updates. It looks like Cloudcroft finished second in pool play by 5 points. Lordsburg got first. And so they will so they were second out of the 8 teams. Lordsburg was first out of the 8 teams. So we'll see what happens tomorrow up at the Mountaintop Tournament. Best of luck to Cloudcroft. And we'll come back with more halftime here on Alamo Sports and Talk with Riverside leading Alamogordo 28-7. You're listening to 1230 AM, 101.9 FM, AlamoSportsAndTalk.com, the Alamo Sports YouTube channel, Insider Media app, and on Alexa, enable Alamo Sports Talk.
It's never too early to lay away. Letter jackets for Christmas.
The Winter Circle offers a variety of letter jackets in traditional styles for your students in Alamogordo, Cloudcroft, Tularosa, and Mescalero. Stop by today and help make your high schoolers' last years memorable. Lay away your letter jacket now. The Winter Circle, outfitting champions for over 50 years.
1201 East 10th Street. Open Monday through Friday.
Go Tigers! See you at the games!
In business and in life, it's good to have a partner and a friend. The credit union partners with our members to build a stronger financial future. Your debit card and online banking keeps you in control of your finances. We belong to you, so you stay in control. Loco Credit Union, we belong to you. Online at lococreditunion.com. We're federally insured by NCUA. We're an equal housing lender.
If your home is in need of some stucco work, either the whole house or some patch and paint work, Ochoa Stucco has the expertise to get the job done and done right. Contact them today at 575-442-6745 for your estimate. Go Tigers! When life happens, OFCU has a loan for that. Appliances, furniture, medical, repairs, vacations, consolidations, and more. OFCU's personal loans are as low as 9.99% APR. Apply online at oterofcu.org or in person today. All loans are subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Big O Tires has the best deals on tires, brakes, oil changes, and more. Now through October 1st, get $50 to $100 instant savings on 4 select in-stock Next International tires. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
This is your Alamo Sports Tiger Athlete of the Week Spotlight, brought to you by the Winter Circle. This week's athlete is Olivia Stafford of Lady Tiger Volleyball. Well, you guys have gotten through a few weeks of your season. We chatted a few weeks ago. First off, how do you feel like you've been playing and how things have gone for you as the season has begun?
I feel like I'm doing pretty okay. I'm struggling with my confidence a little bit, but we're getting there.
What are some things that you're wanting to work on? I noticed you talking with Coach after the game last night as you came off the court towards the end of the match. What are some things that you guys are really trying to focus on to improve on?
We're really trying to focus on mentality and just understanding everyone else on the court and just figuring out the mentality of it.
Yeah.
communication, all that good stuff that's going on out there. How do you feel like the team has come along? I know you guys, most you've been playing together for quite a while. And, I was talking about it on the radio a little bit earlier this week that, you guys have some moments where you look fantastic out there. Seems like you're almost there, that you guys are getting close. Do you feel that way?
I agree. I think we get really good momentum, and then we just kind of don't know how to keep it. But as soon as we get over that little hill right there, I think we'll be totally unstoppable.
Okay, we'll look forward to see how that goes. When did you start playing volleyball? What age did you pick it up?
I picked it up when I was 11 or 12, I think. I started as a manager for the middle school volleyball team.
Okay. What brought you to that, or what made you interested in being part of that?
I played softball for a really long time, and I was tired of my dad being my coach.
so ready to try something else.
Yeah, I wanted to try a sport that he knew absolutely nothing about.
I gotcha. Well, what got you started playing then? You started as the manager, or what got you out on the court?
I am left-handed, and they thought that was crazy, but they didn't know what to do with me. So they were like, you're going to be a setter. That's how that's going to work. So...
Okay. And so you've taken on that and have enjoyed doing it ever since?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Very good. What is it about volleyball that you love that's kept you in it since 11, 12 years old?
I love the competition. I really love winning, even if we don't do it very often.
Yeah. You just love the fight to try to get there and make it happen. Okay. Very good. It is your senior year. You got some, obviously you're looking forward to the rest of the volleyball season and getting out there and competing. Are there some other things that you're looking forward to throughout the rest of the school year that you're excited about to enjoy?
Well, definitely graduation and definitely prom. It's my senior prom. I'm ready to go all out.
All right. Have a good time with that.
Yes, sir.
Did you have fun at homecoming week? Did you get to do some cool stuff with that? Or?
I did. I showed my tiger pride.
Okay. Did you go to bonfire? Did you go to parade? Did you do all that stuff?
I went to the parade. This was the first year I was able to be in it, actually, where we didn't have conflicting schedules with volleyball. I didn't make it to the bonfire. We had a game, but that was the only thing I missed throughout that week.
All right. Very good. And you got to go to the dance?
Yes.
Okay. We hope it is a great rest of the season for you and the rest of the ladies in their senior year. And congratulations on being Athlete of the Week.
Thank you.
Now you have a choice when it comes to keeping massive files of your bank statements every month. With an online e-statement, you'll have an accurate, easy-to-read electronic statement you can access anywhere, anytime. Get more control over your cash flow. And no more giant filing cabinets. Our e-statements get an A+. First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
Slow internet again? Signal constantly dropping? Don't take it out on your computer. Instead, call Tularosa Communications for internet stress relief. They have the speed and the reliability to make your internet dreams come true. If you want fast, they have faster. If you want service you can rely on, they are the most reliable. And customer service? It's all about you. Call Tularosa Communications to get connected. 585-2700.
The Winner's Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner's Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner's Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
When you open a youth savings account for your child or grandchild at our credit union, you'll be starting them on a lifetime of smart financial decisions. They'll learn that our credit union is there to help them in the future. We are member-owned and not-for-profit, so there's no better place to save. Loco Credit Union, we belong to you. Online at lococreditunion.com. We're federally insured by NCUA. We're an equal housing lender.
84 Lumber is a name and a company you can trust as your hometown building partner, providing the quality you expect and the service you deserve. Visit the Alamogordo location at 3401 North White Sands Boulevard or 84lumber.com to get started on your next home project. Ochoa Stucco serves residential and commercial projects all throughout this wonderful community. Whether you're looking for some patching up or a complete stucco on your home or business, Ochoa Stucco has you covered. 575-442-6745. Go Tigers!
You're listening to the Otero Federal Credit Union halftime show, and had halftime It is Riverside 28, Alamogordo 7, and they are finishing up the homecoming festivities tonight here at Riverside High School. We'll do some stats for you guys. Let's start with Alamogordo. 9 carries for 94 yards for Anthony Audette, who has he's been the offense tonight for sure. 5 carries for 11 yards for Elijah Montoya, 2 carries for 12 yards for Nathaniel Best, and 1 carry for 2 yards for DeAndre Martin. 3 of 11 passing tonight for Elijah Montoya, and he has gone for, 67, make that 80 yards passing tonight. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm adding correctly here. 49. 65 yards passing tonight. I was adding the wrong number. I was adding the jersey number. Meanwhile, for Riverside, 108 yards rushing on 14 carries and 3 touchdowns for their quarterback, Derek Vasquez. 2 carries, 67 yards, and a touchdown for Carlos Rojas. The third, they have thrown 3 passes. They've all been incomplete. Everything else has been running it. They've run it, 11, 14, that's 25, 26, 27, 28, 32 times. And they've done it for about 250 yards in that first half. And like I said, just Alamo does not have an answer for that run game. And I'm genuinely surprised. I thought, if they were going to have issues tonight, it was going to be through the air. And kudos to Riverside. They've just lined up and gone out there and played very, very well tonight. So kudos to Riverside. Riverside has come back out on the field and are warming up. The officials are making their way back out, and we'll see when Alamogordo makes their way back out. Again, they put 30 minutes up on the clock. I don't know if they're going to use all of that. We'll see. The Tigers, I'm still looking over here towards my left and towards the south end zone if they are making their way back out currently. But looks like the officiating crew is and the chain gang is setting up for a picture over there, which is good. Hopefully that's going to get posted and show appreciation for the officiating group and the work that they're doing tonight. And they really haven't been a factor in this game for the most part. It's been a relatively clean game so far. I see the Alamogordo athletic trainers making their way back out onto the field, some of the Tiger coaches, so imagine we'll see the Tigers making their way back out here shortly. So Riverside doing their warm-ups down into our right. I was looking for a Mayfield update for you guys, and I see Jeff Matthews, I believe, is either at the game. It looks like he is actually doing the game on the radio, so I guess I'll have to tune in real quick when I have a chance to see what's going on there. Definitely curious to see what happens with Artesia and Cleveland as the night progresses as well, and see if Artesia can hold on and get the win there, which definitely would be a statement for Artesia. It's not one that will necessarily mean anything in regards of a state championship at the end of the season, but Artesia certainly will be able to make a claim and say, hey, we beat the best team in 6A this year, and we've won our, if they go on to win the 5A state championship. But, it's they've got a very, very good team this year over in Artesia, without a doubt. All right, let's go ahead and fit in another commercial break. You are listening to the Otero Federal Credit Union halftime show. And on the Richardson Motor scoreboard, it is Riverside 28, Alamogordo 7. And we should be back with second half play when we return here on Alamo Sports and Talk.
It's Tiger football season. All of us at Otero Federal Credit Union are supporting the athletes and coaches, and we know they're going to have a great season. We hope you'll stop by one of our great branches and take advantage of all our services: checking, savings, vehicle loans, credit cards, and so much more. It's also simple and easy to bank with us online anytime. Download the OFCU app today or visit oterofcu.org. OFCU, your community credit union since 1953. Federally insured by NCUA.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Big O Tires has the best deals on tires, brakes, oil changes, and more. Now through October 1st, get $50 to $100 instant savings on 4 select in-stock Next International tires. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
If you and your family are looking for a new home, you don't have to look far for a home mortgage. As a community bank, we not only have great rates, we offer you friendly financial service right here in the neighborhood. There are a lot of options in real estate lending. We're here to see that you get a loan you can live with. Talk to us about your home mortgage. We're an equal housing lender. First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
84 Lumber is a name and a company you can trust as your hometown building partner, providing the quality you expect and the service you deserve. Visit the Alamogordo location at 3401 North White Sands Boulevard or 84lumber.com to get started on your next home project.
Tularosa Communication is now offering the smart Wi-Fi with built-in network security and enhanced parental controls. Do you have kids at home that you want to protect from overexposure on the internet? Block content, set internet time limits, or app and website restrictions for each family member in the house. Get notified when you have a network intrusion and reroute bandwidth to devices that matter the most, all from an app on your phone. Take control of your internet with Tularosa Communications. Visit tularosa.net or call 585-2700 for more information.
Alamo Sports and Talks, 1230, 101.9. Riverside has run back out on the field, and Alamogordo has as well. They're going through their final warm-ups. Alamogordo will have the ball to begin the second half and desperately need to find their way into the end zone if they're going to have any chance at making a comeback in this game. Certainly the next question will be, if Alamogordo is able to score, can they find a way to get some stops defensively? And that's a question. I don't know what the answer is to that. At least so far, they have not. 2 really good drives defensively to open up the game. The Riverside mainly passed the ball to open up the game and then decided to just run the football, and that has worked out exceptionally well for them as this game has gone along. So it looks like one of the Alamogordo coaches in the middle of the group of Tiger players trying to get them psyched up for the start of this second half. Couldn't tell who that was in there, but trying to get the energy level up going into the second half and keep some belief that they can come out here and pick up the victory. And they've come back from double-digit deficits, well, in one game, I should say, against Silver. But they have come back in a game this season, which it's difficult to do. The Riverside kicker, Isaiah Diaz, has been very, very good tonight. I think he's kicked them all through the back of the end zone. I think that's 20. I may be wrong on the number. No, it's 26. I'm sorry. That would be Diego Padilla. And that will get into the end zone again. It is a beautiful night here in the Lower Valley in El Paso. Once the sun went down, it's really cooled off nicely, and not much of a breeze out there tonight. So it has been a beautiful night for football, which will definitely take this time of the year. It can always be a little hit or miss, and we definitely like that. 2 receivers at the top and 1 to the bottom for Alamogordo. Audette's the running back with Montoya. And man in motion. And they'll hand it off to Audette, who goes straight up the middle. And the Tiger offense has moved the football pretty well tonight, especially in the hands of Anthony Audette, who picks up 3. And he's just a little bit shy of getting over 100 yards rushing tonight. Tigers will line it up the same. 2nd down and 7. They're going left to right here in the third quarter, going towards the north end zone. speed option to the left, and Montoya keeps it himself and slips in between a couple of defenders, and his offensive lineman going to pick up some positive yardage. Across the 30, he's going to get to the 33-yard line and make it a third and reasonable here for the Tigers after a gain of 5. Third down and 2 with the ball at the 20, or I should say at the 33-yard line. 2 receivers at the top, 1 at the bottom. And here's the snap and the handoff, and Audette's going to take it off left side, and Audette almost was able to bounce it further to the outside, but got tripped up, and so get to the 41-yard line. It's a gain of 8, and Alamogordo picks up a first down. And getting over 100 yards rushing is Audette, 105 on the night. First and 10 now from the Riverside, or I should say from the Alamogordo 41-yard line. 1 receiver to the top, 2 to the bottom. Ball's on the far hash. And the running back will be to the left of Montoya. They'll move the lead back from the right side of the line to the left side of the line, and they'll give it to Anthony again. He goes straight up the middle, broke a tackle, broke another. Audette still running and is dragged down from behind as he gets across midfield to the 45. Took that off the left side of the line. And good yardage again as he picks up 14. And 119 yards rushing now for Audette. Best is now in at running back for Alamogordo as they'll give Audette a breather. Martin and Gonzalez, the receivers at the bottom. Warren is the receiver to the top. This is the part of the field where Alamogordo has struggled a bit this season, is seeing their drive stall. And they give it to Best, and Best gets behind his offensive line and goes straight ahead and fights with a man right around his waist and is able to get another yard or 2 as he crosses the 40 to the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 5. And it'll be a second down and about 5 for the Tigers. Third quarter, Alamogordo trailing 28-7. So far, a good start to this opening drive of the second half. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. Ball is on the far hash. Man in motion. As Martin comes across the formation, they give it to Best, and he'll fight for a first down straight ahead. And he will cross the 35-yard line down to the 33. It's a gain of 6. And Alamogordo has another first down. First time we've gotten to see Nathaniel Best run the football for a good amount this season. It's mainly been Valdez and Audette and Hergenrader. Haven't seen Hergenrader in the backfield yet tonight. And Valdez appears to be out this game. Haven't seen him at all. Man is to the right of Montoya. And the snap, and looks like they're going to get in the backfield and bring the man down. And I think is that Nathaniel or is that Anthony? Looks like that's 12. Yeah, it is 12. So that's Best again on the carry, and it's a 2-yard loss. Second and 12 for Alamogordo. And they break their trend of having some problems on this side of the field. Best gets the football, and he'll create some room up the middle as he crosses the 30, and will make it a third and manageable. It's got to be 4-down territory for Alamogordo. Gets it down to the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 6 for Best. And so it'll be a 3rd and 6 for Alamogordo. They need the Riverside 24-yard line for a first down. And looking to throw and having to pump fake and then getting swallowed up. And I think Montoya was maybe expecting Warren to stop on a route on the far side. And Warren was running up the far sideline, and I can see Elijah Montoya going out and talking to Jason. So I think there was a miscommunication on the route there, because Elijah went to throw the football, and Jason was running straight up the field instead of stopping, and so Alamogordo gets sacked. Loss of about 6. And we've got whistles, and we've got a timeout. And it looks like Alamogordo is going to call the timeout. So it'll be 4th and 12 for the Tigers after the timeout. And it was definitely a timing route on the outside. Riverside brought pressure. And if Elijah had been able to throw the ball when he wanted to, at least would have been able to get it out. I mean, can't say it would have been complete, but he certainly would have had a shot at it. And so Alma's going to need 12 yards here. I'm a little surprised that Alma went to the air, but I think it was the right move. Riverside brought pressure up the middle. I don't know if Alma would have had the same room to run the football there. And that, I believe, is the third sack of the night for Riverside's defense. Tigers will keep the offense out on the field, which, I mean, you got to. Your defense, unfortunately, has not been able to come up with stops tonight early on in the game. Got to have points here. 4th and 12. Bit of a hard count, but now we'll snap it. Back to throw. Going to the near side. He's got a man. It's Martin, and he's got the first down. What a throw from Elijah Montoya as he completes the pass all the way down to the Riverside 13-yard line. It's a gain of 22, and it's a first down for Alamogordo. DeAndre's first catch of the night. And so Alamogordo able to convert on 4th and 12. 1st and 10 for Alamogordo. Here's the snap, and the handoff goes to Audette. Audette bounces it off left tackle. Still fighting for yardage, still fighting for the end zone, and he's got it. Tigers into the end zone. 13-yard score from Anthony Audette as he adds on to his total. 132 yards rushing and his first score of the night. Tigers make it 28-13. Well, Alamo gets exactly what they needed coming out of the locker room. They go down the field and score, convert on a huge 4th and 12 on a completion from Elijah Montoya to DeAndre Martin. And then on the very next play, they put it in the end zone. So it goes according to script so far for the Tigers. And we'll see what happens on the other end. I wonder if Alamo might try to get creative and think onside kick. Riverside looks like they're going to jump off sides. The extra point missed. And offsides on Riverside. So take it half the distance to the goal. About 1.5 yards. Alamogordo's going to go ahead and try the extra point again. Best the holder for the Tigers. Vasquez, try it one more time. Snap's good. Kick is up, and looks like he's going to get it through. So the Tigers cut it down to a 28-14 lead on the Richardson Motor scoreboard with 7:07 to go in the third quarter. How can the Tiger defense come out and make a stop? We'll find out next. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
It's never too early to lay away. Leather jackets for Christmas.
The Winter Circle offers a variety of leather jackets in traditional styles for your students in Alamogordo, Cloudcroft, Tularosa, and Mescalero. Stop by today and help make your high schoolers' last years memorable. Lay away your leather jacket now. The Winter Circle, outfitting champions for over 50 years.
1201 East 10th Street. Open Monday through Friday.
Go Tigers! See you at the games!
You've worked hard. Who deserves a vacation more than you? Our credit union says nobody. Talk to us about a relaxing vacation loan. We're member-owned and not-for-profit. For a vacation so relaxing, even the loan is stress-free. Loco Credit Union. We belong to you. Online at lococreditunion.com. We're federally insured by NCUA. We're an equal housing lender.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019, 7:01 to go here in the third quarter, and it's Riverside 28, Alamogordo 14 on the Richardson Motors scoreboard. Riverside with the ball is a squib kick from the Tigers, and Riverside returns it to their own 41-yard line. Vasquez has got it, and he will run it to the near side, and Alamogordo comes up with a stop there. So this time around, Alamogordo able to not let that running lane just run right over them, as it has been for the majority of that first half. Tigers 4 down linemen. So kind of a 4-2-5 look now for Alamogordo, or almost a 4-3. So trying to maybe at least mix it up a little bit. Now will we see Riverside try to go to the air. They're getting a little bit more man-to-man on the outside. Vasquez takes the snap, and he will throw. And he's going to go up the near side, and it is intercepted by DeAndre Martin. What a play there for the Tigers, as Martin was able to jump up into double coverage and make the pick. It's his second of the night, and the Tigers get exactly what they need. Martin had the big fourth down conversion on the reception, and now he comes up with a huge interception as it was into double coverage. The throw from Vasquez, he was looking for Tristan Lopez, who was running along the numbers on the towards the near sideline. And DeAndre Martin with his second pick of the night on a second down throw. And Alamogordo gets a 1st and 10 from their own 26-yard line. Get the ball right back. Man in motion from the far side to the near side. And here comes a handoff. Audette. Audette takes it off left side, runs into a host of orange jerseys, and is brought down at the 31-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 5. And so he takes it from the 26 to the 31, so it is a gain of 5. 2nd and 5 for the Tigers. 2 receivers at the top, 1 at the bottom. And it's a speed option, and Montoya just going to take it straight up the middle, and he's going to get a first down as he crosses the 35-yard line to the 37. It's a gain of 6, and the Tigers move the chains. 7 carries for 22 yards for Elijah. What an interception by DeAndre. He had the ball initially and kind of had to tip it to himself as he was going to the ground and managed to keep it off the turf and on his body. Absolutely acrobatic play by number 10. 2 receivers at the bottom, 1 at the top. And here's the handoff. Audette. There's a juke in the backfield and finds a seam as he crosses the 40-yard line to the 41. It's a gain of 4. Second down and 6 now for the Tigers. Ball's between the hashes. Tigers still go left to right, and we've got 4:52 to go in the third quarter with the Tigers down by 14. Alamo in no big rush here to run the next play. 2 receivers to the bottom and 1 at the top. Man in motion is Vasquez from the near side to the far side. And here's the handoff straight up the middle. Not a bunch there for the Tigers as Audette will get 2, it looks like. And it'll be 3rd down for Alamogordo. Got Warren and Martin, the receivers, to the top. Gonzalez to the bottom. And it looks like, I think Audette stays in a running back to the left of Montoya. Here comes the handoff, and Audette takes it off right tackle, and again showing his speed and gets the first down and takes it to the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 7. He gets the ball, and not exactly a quick handoff in the backfield, kind of assesses and then bounces one way or the other and picks a seam and goes straight ahead. And it's been really astute running from Anthony Audette tonight. 2 receivers at the top and 1 at the bottom for Alamogordo. Running back again to the left of Montoya, who takes the snap and hands it off. And Audette will kick it to the outside and just fight for what he can. Really showing off his speed there. It was stopped on the edge, but running sideline. He's going to work himself for 4 yards here. It'll be 2nd and 6. Ball is on the Riverside part of the field now. At their 47. 2 receivers at the top, 1 at the bottom. Man in motion is Martin. And it's going to be the speed option, and Montoya will keep it. Oh, and he tried to option pitch it late, and it ends up being a fumble. Now, he had Anthony out there, but there was a man on Elijah's back, as he tried to pitch it out and ends up going for about a 1-yard loss. He would have had probably 3 or 4, but now it's a third down. Audette checking out of the game, needing a breather. So Best comes in for him. 3rd and about 6 for Alamogordo. 2 receivers at the top, 1 to the bottom. And they put a man in motion again. And here's the quick throw to the outside. It's complete to Warren, and he is very close to a first down. It looks like the official's not going to give it to him. He's going to be about a yard short. But you got to think Alamogordo is going to go for it for sure in this spot. 2:10 to go in the third in this part of the field on a 4th and about 1. Riverside crowding. And they give it to Best, and I don't think he's going to get it. They stop him. Get into the backfield and bring him down, and Alamogordo is going to turn it over on downs. So it's no gain on the carry from Best, and it'll be 1st and 10 Riverside at their own 42-yard line. You know, Riverside they were jamming a lot of guys up into the box there, and one of those that maybe for Alamo you call a timeout in that spot and rethink the call, but obviously if he gets the carry straight up the middle, which Alamogordo's had some good luck going up the middle in this game, but they don't get it there. Man in motion from Riverside out of the backfield, and they'll toss it to him, and it is going to be a first down on the running back wheel play all the way to the 45-yard line as Vasquez, a 12-yard completion and a first down, 1st and 10. And all that momentum that Alamogordo have feels like it's been zapped a little bit after getting stopped on the 4th down and 1. Here's a snap, and Vasquez is going to come to the near side, and he is going to be able to keep it inbounds. And then a late flag going to be thrown on Lotta, who kind of gave him a bit of an extra shove as he was going out of bounds. It didn't knock him down, but I think unnecessary probably on the push, but there wasn't a whole lot there. I thought to call a penalty. Doesn't really matter what I think, though. And so trying to see where they marked the end of the play at. So he got to the 34-yard line. It was an 11-yard gain, and then you can tack on another 15 yards. Yeah, can't state enough how big the momentum change was for Alamogordo to get the 4th and 12. They don't get the 4th and 1. And now Riverside marching to take control of this game once again. Here's the handoff, and looks like that's Valenzuela on the carry. Thought that was number 2. It is. So Ivan Valenzuela on the his first of the night. And it'll be a gain of 4. 2 receivers at the top and 1 at the bottom. 2 running backs in the backfield with Vasquez. And they'll put Sioka into motion. He'll make the catch again, but this time looks like Mason Pittman, or is that Devontae Bosserman that got in there and made the stop in the backfield? I think that was Boss. It was. And that's going to drop him all the way back to the 20-yard line. So after the gain of 4 on first down, it's going to be a loss of 4. 3rd down and 10. Tigers really need a stop here. Certainly the Rangers have a good field goal kicker, so they've got that option, but can the Tigers make a stop here on 3rd and 10? 2 receivers at the bottom, 1 at the top. And Riverside looking, now they look back at the sideline. I think maybe we're going to see a timeout. Nope, we're going to see the end of the 3rd quarter. So it's going to be the 4th quarter coming up with Riverside leading Alamogordo 28-14. They've got a 3rd and 10 deep in Tiger territory. When we come back, you're listening to Tiger Football on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Custom work is what Ochoa Stucco does best. Whether you need an estimate for your home or business, you won't find better quality work anywhere. Contact Ochoa Stucco today. Like them on Facebook, 575-442-6745. Go Tigers! When life happens, OFCU has a loan for that. Appliances, furniture, medical, repairs, vacations, consolidations, and more. OFCU's personal loans are as low as 9.99% APR. Apply online at oterofcu.org or in person today. All loans are subject to credit approval. Other issues may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Big O Tires has the best deals on tires, brakes, oil changes, and more. Now through October 1st, get $50 to $100 instant savings on 4 select in-stock Next International tires. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Third and 10 for Riverside. Vasquez back to pass. He's got a man on a post route up the middle, and he's in for the touchdown. And he finds number 17 on the reception, Tristan Lopez. Now a 3rd and 10. A 20-yard touchdown completion. And Riverside back up by 3 scores. The extra point is good. And just 4 seconds into the fourth quarter, Riverside up 35-14 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. We'll come right back. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Riverside this time will kick it short, and it's grabbed about the 10-yard line, going up the far sideline to the 40, or I should say to the 30 and then to the 35, and get knocked down as Nathaniel Best on the return for Alamogordo. And so the Tigers will get the football back, but that 4th and 1 going to loom large as this fourth quarter begins, or as we get into the fourth quarter. I think if Alamogordo scores in that drive, who knows what happens in this game, but instead turned over on downs, and Riverside goes down and scores. So the Tiger offense will retake the field. Two receivers at the top and one at the bottom. And they put a man in motion. Martin comes across the formation and looking to throw and going deep up the far sideline. And that is caught. That is caught at the far sideline. Nice catch there by Michael Gonzalez as he takes it all the way to the 34-yard line of Riverside. That's a 31-yard completion. And a 1st and 10 for Alamogordo. They're going to give him the 33, so it's a 32-yard completion. And a nice back shoulder grab there from Gonzalez, the far sideline for the Tigers. Here's the snap and the handoff, and I thought Audette had lost the football for a second, but he's taking the left side, and he is fighting for yardage, and is going to see a penalty flag going to be thrown late here. And I think it's going to be on Alamogordo. So it'll be after the play, I would imagine. And I think Coach Cisco, I don't think he's upset with his own player. I think he's upset with the umpire for making that call. Didn't seem like there was much there that happened, so I don't know what led to that. And so it'll be 1st and 12 now for Alamogordo. Or no, 1st and 10 because it was a dead ball. So 1st and 10 for the Tigers at the Riverside 35-yard line. There's the snap, and the handoff goes to Audette. And Audette was able to squeak his way through a really small seam on the right side of the line and is going to pick up maybe 3. We've got 10:50 remaining in this ball game. Tigers down by 3 touchdowns. Here's the snap. Speed option to the left, and boy, what a play there from Montoya. He's going to fight forward for about a yard, but he made a swim move with the ball in one hand and was able to get past one of the players. Didn't get much further because the defense was really solid there from Riverside, but I'm not sure. The old saying, kind of holding the football like a loaf of bread sort of thing. Not exactly what you want, but it worked okay as Riverside got in the backfield quickly and sort of blew up that play. 2 receivers at the top and 1 at the bottom, and they'll hand it off, and Audette will go straight up the middle and get across the 30 to the 29, picks up about 3 on the rush. And so 4th down for Alamogordo at the Riverside 29. They need the 25 for a 1st down. 9:39 remaining here in the 4th quarter as the Tigers try to avoid turning it over on downs. It will be the 3rd time this game if they do not pick up the 1st down. Rolling out to his right and passing. Montoya throws, and he's got his man Martin again on a 4th down conversion. Catches at the 20, runs for a couple of extra yards, and gets out of bounds at the 17. Ball was caught at the numbers on the far side and completes it for an 11-yard gain. And that's a 1st down for DeAndre. 1st and 10 for Alamogordo as they move the chains. 2 receivers at the bottom and 1 at the top. And it'll be a handoff to Audette. Audette almost slipped, but found a seam, and Audette is going to fall for a Tiger touchdown. 17 yards and his 2nd touchdown of the night for Audette. Give that young man 188 yards rushing tonight and 2 touchdowns. And Alamogordo has cut it back down to a 2-score game. There's still plenty of time, 9:01 remaining. Riverside certainly has the offensive prowess and the way they run the football to milk the clock if they want to, but Tiger defense has had a bit more success here in the 2nd half. Here's the snap, and the kick is up, and it looks to be good, and it is. 9:01 remaining in the 4th quarter on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. It's Riverside 35, Alamogordo 21. Alamo refuses to go away. Can they come up with a big play and get the ball back to their offense? We'll find out next.
Sometimes you just need a loan. Your daughter Debbie is getting married. Your son Toby needs a new tuba. Let's face it, families cost money. Things come up that you had no way of predicting. We make personal loans for occasions like this to people who have good credit. So next time you find yourself connected to the unexpected, stop in and see us about a personal loan, subject to credit approval.
First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
Kickoff to about the 10-yard line, and Riverside weaving his way through the Tiger defenders, and is going to find his way to about the 35, 36-yard line, and that's where the Riverside Rangers will begin this upcoming drive with 8:54 remaining on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. They lead the Alamogordo Tigers 35-21. And the Tigers make it. And there's still plenty of time here. If they can get a stop, get the ball back quickly, and make it a 1-score game, you just try to turn up the pressure a little bit if you can. But if Riverside's able to run the football as they have been most of this game, a little bit of trouble with the snap, but fighting for yardage and getting across the line of scrimmage is the quarterback Vasquez. He'll get 1. snap was a little bit off to his right, and he fumbled it, or kind of bobbled it just a little bit, and it messed up the rhythm of the play. And Alamogordo was able to stop him for a minimal gain. Line it up again. Two receivers at the bottom, one at the top. Tigers crowd the box, and here's the handoff, and bouncing it outside right tackle, and the ball came loose, but he had to be down, absolutely. I know the ball came out, and I'm honestly a little surprised that they almost didn't call a late hit there on the Alamogordo player, because he really looked like Masioka was down, and the Tiger player kind of went down into his upper back a bit. It's going to be a gain of 11 on the carry. It's a first down. See, there's one that I would have not been surprised if there had been a late fly or a call for a late hit. And the Rangers not hurrying at all here. They'll take the play clock down a little bit and try to draw it out. Two receivers at the top and one at the bottom. Running back is to the right of Vasquez, and he will hand it off to him. And Briones will get brought down as he gets across the 50 to the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 2. Second down and 8 for the Rangers as they get into the Alamogordo side of the field. But the thing that's Alamogordo more than anything is that clock rolling down as we've got 7:15 to go in the fourth quarter, and the Tigers down by a pair of scores. Two receivers at the bottom and one at the top. Two running backs in the backfield. They put a man in motion, and they'll toss it to the outside. Play worked well the first time. It has not worked well the last 2 times as the receiver, Briones, is going to be brought down for a loss of 2. As he picks up his first catch of the night. And it'll be 3rd and 10. Alamogordo running one player off and one on, and Mason Pittman coming back out onto the field. Tigers trying to get off the field here on a 3rd and long. And straight back to pass, and nowhere to go initially, and Vasquez bounces it to the outside, makes a man miss, makes another miss, but he is going to be dropped short of the first down, yard to gain. Gets to the Alamogordo 47-yard line. It's a gain of 4. Really good pursuit to the outside by Mason Pittman. He cut off the edge there. I'd be a little surprised if Riverside decided to go for it here. I would punt it and make Alamogordo go the length of the field. But it looks like they're keeping their offense in the field unless they maybe at times, or maybe they're just going to run the play clock all the way down and call timeout. I just don't give Alamogordo any momentum. You know, even if it's not a great punt, if you get it down inside the 25, at least you're making Alamogordo go down, 75 yards. And, yeah, it'll be a timeout called by Coach Ricoder and Riverside. So 5:42 remaining in the ball game. They call a 30-second timeout. We'll go ahead and keep it right here. We'll see what they decide to do. They might go for it. I mean, 4th and 6, 4th and 7. They certainly have had the ability to pick up these type of yardages tonight, whether it's through the air or on the ground. It's mainly been on the ground. And they're probably their best pass play of the night on that 20-yard touchdown pass. Hey, we want to thank all of our Tiger sponsors that are bringing you Tiger football tonight. Ochoa Stucco, the Winner's Circle, Richardson Motor Company, 84 Lumber Company, First National Bank, Big O Tires, Local Credit Union, Tularosa Basin Telephone Company, and Otero Federal Credit Union. 5:42 remaining in quarter number 4. And Riverside looks like they're bringing the offense out onto the field. If they get the first down, it's great, but boy, you give the Tigers the ball right at midfield if you don't get the first down. So it's 2 receivers at the bottom and 1 at the top. They put a man in motion. Vasquez takes the snap, and he's back to throw. And he's going to throw it out to the near side. It's complete, and it's not going to get there. Tigers get the stop. It's about a yard short. They tried that play again to the running back on the wheel route out of the backfield, and he is going to be stopped at the 43, and unfortunately it looks like Briones is hurt on the play. Alamogordo defense, though, comes up with the stop, and this game is not quite done yet. The Tigers will have a 1st and 10, but more concern right now with the Riverside running back, who is a little worse for wear after that 6-yard gain. And he is still on his back at the 43-yard line. That's where Alamogordo will take over. Now, they forced Alamogordo to make a play. You know, they got the ball to the outside, and it was kind of 2-on-1. Tigers had a couple of defenders out there that had to make the tackle, and they were able to make the stop on Briones. And now let's see if Alamogordo can work it down the field again. And like I said, you make it a one-score game, and it just feels like anything can happen after that. But you love the fight from this Tiger football team in the second half. They've given themselves an opportunity, and now can they get it in the end zone here and make it a one-score game with about 5.5 minutes remaining. Tigers line it up with 2 wide receivers at the bottom and 1 at the top. And I think it's Best is the running back to the right of Montoya. 10 on the play clock. They move the lead back off to the left now. And here's the snap, and Montoya was looking to throw the near side, but I think there was miscommunication, but he's going to improvise and find his receiver at the far side. Gonzalez makes the catch at the 46. It's going to be about a gain of 3 on the completion. Brings up 2nd down and 7. Two receivers at the top, 1 at the bottom. Ball's in the far hash. They'll split out Warren a little bit further here to the bottom side. Man in motion. Far side to the bottom side. And looking to throw, going deep up the far sideline. Again, goes back shoulder, but unable to make the catch as he had to try to reach through the body of the defender. Gonzalez still kind of hunched over before he gets up. Actually, that might be Marcus Bryant, who was the intended receiver. Yeah, that was Marcus who tried to make the catch, number 19, not number 17. So the clock stops with 5:01 remaining, 3rd and 7. And the Tigers will line it up again. Here's the snap. Montoya looking to throw. And he's coming to the near side, and incompletion. Tried to fit it in a tight window to DeAndre Martin, and it was well defensed by Sebastian Archibek. And 4th and 7. Tigers have converted a few of these tonight. Did it on the last drive, did it on a drive in the 3rd quarter. They'll bring Anthony Audette back into the game for Alamogordo. With 4:56 remaining, this is probably the ball game here if Alamogordo can't convert. Riverside's going to be able to definitely run some clock or at least force Alamogordo to use up their timeouts. Tigers don't have much left on the play clock here. It's 5. They don't want to have to use a timeout. They're going to have to use one. Boy, that's brutal for Alamogordo. They did not want to have to use one of their timeouts there, but certainly have to. You got to have this play, so maybe not the worst thing if you're the Tigers to be able to talk it over here a little bit. With a 4th and 7, 4:56 remaining in the ball game on the Richardson Motors scoreboard. 35-21 your score. Riverside is in front. What a game for Anthony. At 21 carries tonight, 188 yards, 2 scores. A touchdown pass for Elijah Montoya, who's overall had a pretty solid game. He's run the ball well on top of that. Let's see. 65, 87, 92. And has made some big throws when they've really needed it as well. 124, 131 yards passing tonight for Elijah Montoya. And to score. 1 receiver to the top, 3 to the bottom. So the Tigers switch up the formation here a little bit and go 4 wide receivers. Running back is off to the left on a 4th and 7. And Montoya straight back to pass. Going to go deep, and he's got a man wide open, and it's Martin, and he's going to go to the end zone for a touchdown. 54 yards, as it was a blown coverage by Riverside, and the Tigers make it 35-27 with 4:47 remaining in the game. Just a straight streak up the middle of the field from DeAndre Martin, and credit to Elijah Montoya. He hit him in stride, and the Tigers make it a 8-point game pending the extra point. What a throw, what a catch, and the Tigers are right back in this game. Vasquez awaiting the try. Snap down, kick is up, and it is good. 35-28, 4:47 to go in the ball game. Don't you go anywhere. The Tigers, do they go onside kick? Do they try to let their defense come up with another stop? We'll come back right after this.
Slow internet again? Signal constantly dropping? Don't take it out on your computer. Instead, call Tularosa Communications for internet stress relief. They have the speed and the reliability to make your internet dreams come true. If you want fast, they have faster. If you want service you can rely on, they are the most reliable. And customer service? It's all about you. Call Tularosa Communications to get connected. 585-2700.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230-1019, 4:47 remaining in this game, and the Tigers just a score down. They've been about 3 scores down, it feels like, most of this game. Tigers are going to go onside kick. Takes a high bounce, and it's loose! It's loose! Who's got it? I think Riverside fell on it. Oh, my goodness. The Riverside defender, number 28, David Ferreira, I'm sure I got that wrong, had it in his hands, and when he came down with it, he lost it, and it was just sitting there at the 37-yard line, but nobody in a white jersey could get across to get in time, and he was able to get back on the football. My goodness. Heart in your throat, and it was right in front of the Riverside bench. Tigers were that was a beautiful onside kick from Vasquez. Now here's the other Vasquez on the other side running it for a few yards on the right side. He's going to get a gain of 3. As Derek Vasquez, who has run the ball now 19 times tonight for 128 yards. 2nd and 7. 4:24 to go. Tigers not using a timeout yet. Probably will depend on what happens on this next play if they get a stop. Riverside, of course, going to draw some clock out here, waiting for the play clock to roll down. Here's the snap and the handoff, and Tigers are back there. Both Granados and Lotta in on it quickly. It's no gain on the carry from Misioka. And it'll be 3rd down. Almost saving their timeouts here. They've still got 2. I would imagine if they get the stop on 3rd down, they will use one of those timeouts. What a momentum game. This has gone back and forth, especially in the second half. It's been a fun one. 2 receivers at the top, 1 at the bottom. 2 running backs in the backfield with the quarterback, Vasquez. Do they go to the air? They do. Play action, but he's going to be in the backfield. We got a penalty flag that comes in, and Vasquez is trying to get loose, waiting to see what the penalty flag will be. I got to think it's on Riverside. We'll wait and see. Holding on Riverside. So the Tigers get the sack. It's about a 7-yard loss, and it'll be Alamogordo football. They'll have to punt it, will Riverside. They'll take the result of the play, and so that'll be 4th down. Now the mark on the other side showed 2nd down. This will be 4th down. because that was a third down. Okay, they're changing the marker on the other side. So it should be fourth down. I would say after last week at Capitol, Coach Sisko, especially in this position, if the other team gets it. No, it should be fourth down. Because they ran it twice, and then they tried to pass it. It is fourth down. That was 3rd and 7. Penalties declined. And after the sack, it's fourth down. And Riverside looks like they're keeping the offense on the. Okay, now they're bringing on the special teams. I'm thinking, no way they're going to go for it on 4th and 15 on their own side of the field. But, hey, the Tigers have got what they want. 2 timeouts, 3:23 remaining in the fourth quarter, and they're going to have the ball back and a chance to tie this game. And I don't know. We'll see what Coach Sisko wants to do. Not a great snap, but a really good punt. Fair catch called for, but no, he lets it go. And it's going to give Riverside maybe an extra 7 yards on the punt. And it'll stop the clock with 3:16 remaining. And Alamogordo will have the ball. They'll need 86 yards to get into the end zone. They just scored on a 54-yard touchdown pass on a 4th and 7. My goodness. This has been fun. Let's see what happens here in this final opportunity for the Tigers. They'll start on their own 14-yard line, going right to left, headed towards the south end zone. Tigers have 2 of their 3 timeouts remaining. And they'll send 2 wide receivers to the bottom, Warren and Martin. And it looks like Gonzalez is the man to the top. Man in motion is Martin. And here's the snap, and it's a screen play. And they give it to Audette, and Audette, boy, it looks like that was a face mask. Yes, it was. As Audette went down, and that'll be a 15-yard penalty. And we'll see if Anthony's okay. He a little bit worse for wear after that. And he'll walk off the field, but certainly a 15-yard penalty coming up on Riverside. And that'll give the Tigers a first down and move it up the field all the way to the 29-yard line. 1st and 10 for Alamogordo, 3:08 remaining here in the fourth quarter. And hopefully Anthony is okay after that. And somebody you certainly want on the field in this spot. Best will be in at running back now. 2 receivers at the top, 1 at the bottom. As Montoya takes the snap. And a quick throw. Ooh. It is incomplete. They were trying the tunnel screen to the receiver, Gonzalez. It went off his hands, and then as it deflected, there were orange jerseys everywhere. But thankfully for Alamogordo, it falls harmlessly to the ground, and it'll be 2nd down and 10. They had a good play on there, I feel like. If Gonzalez can make the grab, he's probably going to be running for a first down. 2 receivers at the bottom, 1 at the top. Montoya takes the snap and a penalty flag. And it looks like a false start going to be called on Alamogordo. I think one of the wide receivers went early there for Alamo on this near side. Well, put it back 5 yards. 2nd down and 15. And I don't think Alamogordo is going to be running the football much here. I think it's going to be through the air. And they're going to switch DeAndre Martin from the near side to the far side. And got an official timeout here. And not sure what, maybe they were wondering if the game clock was supposed to be running in that spot, but it had been stopped due to the incompletion. All right, here we go. 2nd down and 15 for Alamogordo. Montoya back to pass. He's got time. He double clutches, and he completes it. Gonzalez makes the grab. He's going to be shy of the first down, but he's going to get out to the 35. It's a good completion on 2nd down as he picks up the penalty yardage back plus more. It'll be 3rd and 4. Gain of 11. Tigers ready to go at the line. And here's the snap. And quick throw to Warren, and he has got the first down, it looks like, and able to stand up to a couple of big hits before getting pushed back. He gets to the 40. The clock stops with 2:25 remaining. And once they move the chains, they'll go ahead and roll it, and now they do. So gain of 6. And the Tigers have a first down at their own 40. Don't really have to rush it. And they're taking their time here to get into position. And Montoya flushed out of the pocket, rolling to his right, looking to throw, and throws it away into the sideline. He had Marcus Bryant. He did take a spill after the play as he was getting pressured by the Riverside defense. And it'll be second down and 10 for Alamogordo at their own 40-yard line. Still 2:04 remaining in this game. And I can't believe Alamogordo still has 2 of their timeouts remaining. Play clock rolling here with 25. Haven't seen Anthony Audette return to the game for the Tigers since he went out with that face mask. Tigers have Gonzalez and Martin to the top. Warren by himself here to the bottom. And Montoya takes the snap. A little bit of pressure. Ball was deflected and falls incomplete. He's trying to screen inside to Gonzalez. And it'll be 3rd and 10. Now, these have been positions Alamogordo's made the plays they've needed to in this game. 3rd down and 4th down. And Tigers are looking towards the sideline for the next call. And it'll be 4 wide receivers this time for Alamogordo. Trips to the top, and one of them. Montoya waiting the snap, and he's got it. And he's looking to go down the middle again to Martin. And instead he's going to throw it towards the far side, and that's going to be too high for everybody. He was looking for Martin at about the 40-yard line, but it'll be 4th and 10. No big deal here for Alamogordo, right? They've converted on 4th down a few times in this game, including that touchdown that made it a 1-score game. But this is probably it with 1:52 to go. 4th and 10 for Alamogordo. So it'll be 2 wide receivers to the top and 2 to the bottom for Alamogordo. Best is the running back next to Montoya. 4 down linemen for Riverside. Looks like they're going to bring an extra one, and here Alamogordo is going to use their second timeout. And once again, I mean, this is the game here. I don't have a problem with Coach Cisco using one of his timeouts there. They're, if there was something he didn't like what he saw there, they've got to get the right play drawn up in this position to keep this game alive. 35-28, 150 remaining. Tigers have come back from 28-7 down, 35-14 down, and trying to get over that final little hump to see if they can tie this game. Or you got to wonder if you're Alamogordo. I personally think if you score, you go for 2. But they got to get down the field first in order to that to be a decision that they have to make. But love the fight of this team tonight. They've given themselves a chance here on the road in a game that certainly could have just gotten completely away from them. And they've found a way to make this one interesting here at the end. So it'll be 4 wide receivers for the Tigers. Bryant and Warren to the bottom. Martin and Gonzalez to the top. And Best is the running back next to the quarterback, Montoya. 4th and 10. Back to pass. He's got time. He throws up the far sideline. He's got Gonzalez. Oh, that's got to be a flag. It is. It was underthrown, and he basically ran through the receiver as he tried to come back and make the play. And the Tigers are going to get a first down on a pass interference penalty. So 15 yards for the Tigers, and it'll be 1st and 10. And this game would appear to be staying alive. The Tigers will have, it should be at the 45-yard line, I believe, of Riverside. They haven't marked it yet, but that's, yeah, they're going to, yeah, okay. Tigers were lining up at the 40 initially, but yeah, it's going to be at the 45. So the Tigers 1st and 10 on the Riverside side of the field. First and 10 for Alamogordo as the game stays alive for them. Trips to the top, one to the bottom. They put a man in motion. And a snap, and they were going to try to fit a screen to Audette, but there really wasn't much there. And the Tigers will face a 2nd down and 10. .141 remaining in the game now. Clock really isn't much of an issue at this point, you got to think. Wetting the snap. He's got it. Back to pass. Has time. Going to go deep up the near sideline, but he overthrows his receiver, and he throws an interception. Riverside was taking it deep, and Jason Warren is going to make the tackle, but an overthrow from Elijah Montoya and Sebastian Archibek with the interception. That's about as easy as gets on a pick. And the Tigers not going to be able to stop the clock. They were trying that deep route again, but when he threw it, the next Tiger receiver is probably about 5-10 yards back, and you could tell Riverside there was no way they were going to let the Tiger receivers get behind him, so they had their cornerbacks on a straight sprint backwards, and he tried to toss it down the field, and just too far. I'm not sure if one of the Alamogordo receivers fell down on the play. It didn't seem like that was the case, but Riverside going to take a knee. And now they start the clock. And Alamogordo's not going to use the timeouts, but the Tigers had a chance, and just going to come up a little bit short. I think probably frustrating on how the game ended there on a play that was, just a really easy turnover for Riverside. I think that's probably the part about that's going to, if they make a great play on a pass like that where it's man on man and the corner comes down with it, but it was almost like a punt. But it happens, and you're trying to make a big play, and it just didn't work out there for Tigers. Elijah was fantastic tonight. He made so many big plays for Alamogordo, including that long 4th down throw to DeAndre Martin. He made some big runs for the Tigers tonight. So all these kids out here tonight on both sides really played a heck of a game this evening. Just going to be tough for Alamogordo to come out of here not after this comeback and not be able to at least have a chance to maybe tie up the game or go for the win. And so they'll kneel on it one more time, and Riverside will come away with the win. And so that'll do it. On the Richardson Motor scoreboard, the Riverside Rangers are going to hold on for a 35-28 win over the Alamogordo Tigers. And we'll come back and wrap this one up on the Otero Federal Credit Union postgame show as the Tigers drop to 3-2 on the season.
The Winner's Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner's Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner's Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
When you open a youth savings account for your child or grandchild at our credit union, you'll be starting them on a lifetime of smart financial decisions. They'll learn that our credit union is there to help them in the future. We are member-owned and not-for-profit, so there's no better place to save. Loco Credit Union, we belong to you. Online at lococreditunion.com. We're federally insured by NCUA. We're an equal housing lender.
85 84 Lumber is a name and a company you can trust as your hometown building partner, providing the quality you expect and the service you deserve. Visit the Alamogordo location at 3401 North White Sands Boulevard or 84lumber.com to get started on your next home project. Ochoa Stucco serves residential and commercial projects all throughout this wonderful community. Whether you're looking for some patching up or a complete stucco on your home or business, Ochoa Stucco has you covered. 575-442-6745. Go Tigers! It's Tiger football season. All of us at Otero Federal Credit Union are supporting the athletes and coaches, and we know they're going to have a great season. We hope you'll stop by one of our great branches and take advantage of all our services: checking, savings, vehicle loans, credit cards, and so much more. It's also simple and easy to bank with us online anytime. Download the OFCU app today or visit oterofcu.org. OFCU, your community credit union since 1953. Federally insured by NCUA.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Welcome back to the Otero Federal Credit Union postgame show. Riverside defeats Alamogordo 35-28. Tigers able to fight back and get within a score and had 1st and 10 on the Riverside 40 with about 1:30 remaining. And unfortunately, we're not able to get it into the end zone. Late interception turns the ball over, and Riverside's able to kneel it out and come out with a victory. So Riverside improves to 3-1 on the season. Alamogordo drops to 3-2 on the season with the defeat. But a very, very entertaining ball game between these two sides. Both teams really played their hearts out this evening, and the Tigers unfortunately come up just a bit short as the game comes to a close. But just kind of recap the scoring for you guys. In the second half, Alamogordo came into the second half trailing 28-7, and they would go right down the field on the opening drive of the half and get a 13-yard touchdown run from Anthony Audette. Made it 28-14 with 7:07 to go in the third. That was your score after 3. On the very first play of the fourth quarter, Derek Vasquez found Tristan Lopez on a 20-yard touchdown pass, and it made it 35-14. The Tigers would score on their ensuing drive. Anthony Audette on a 17-yard touchdown run made it 35-21 with 9:01 to go in the fourth quarter. Riverside, maybe a little surprisingly, went for it on 4th and about 7 at midfield, did not get it. The Tigers, though, faced a 4th and 7 of their own, and it was a 54-yard touchdown pass from Elijah Montoya to DeAndre Martin. That made it 35-28. The Tigers would get a stop. They would force a 3-and-out after that and would get the ball back. A pass interference penalty on 4th and long gave the Tigers a first down in Riverside territory. And then on the, I think it was the next play, I think it was the play after that, was the interception. And the Tigers, unfortunately, come up a bit short in this one. But, again, a really good fight for these young men tonight. They gave it their all, and just a little bit too big of a hole to dig out of. But they had an opportunity and just came up a bit short. But it's one of those that they know the things that they need to improve on. This is a game that I feel like they'll really learn from and pick up on things that they'll be able to apply to districts. So it's not a loss that's going to really hurt Alamogordo. It wouldn't have been a win that would have really helped them. The games that are coming up in the next 6 weeks, it's a bye week next week. The 5 weeks after that, those are the games that are really going to matter for the Alamogordo Tigers. So let's get you some stats from the Tigers. 11 of 25 passing for 206 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception for Elijah Montoya. He also had 9 carries for 24 yards on the night. Anthony Audette, 21 carries, 188 yards rushing this evening. He had 2 scores as well. Receiving, DeAndre Martin had 3 catches for 82 yards. and a touchdown. Jason Warren ended up with 4 catches, and he would rack up 45, 50, 66 yards receiving. Really good night for Michael Gonzalez as well. He came away with 4 catches, 21, 24, ended up with 56 yards receiving on the night. A catch for 4 yards for Anthony Audette as well this evening. Nathaniel Best coming in and had 27 yards rushing on 7 carries. 2 interceptions, by the way, as well for DeAndre Martin night, who did a little bit for a little bit of everything for Alamogordo this evening. He was spectacular. Really played a heck of a game for the Tigers this evening on both ends of the ball. Aiden Vasquez knocked through 4 extra points and ended up with about a 28-yard punt average. I'm trying to remember anybody else to single out. I'm sure there's some guys on the defense that I probably, the times that I call Mason Pittman and Noel Garza's name or Devontae Bosserman, seems like that happens a lot throughout the night. So, heck of an effort for all those guys. But heartbreaker for Alamo to come up a little bit short. They're getting the talk from the coaching staff right now, and we'll head back to Alamogordo. Not the way they wanted to, but I think certainly should be proud of their effort this evening. All right, this is the Otero Federal Credit Union postgame show. 35-28, Riverside gets the victory over the Alamogordo Tigers. We'll come back after a quick break and wrap things up here from the Sun City as the Tigers come up just a little bit short. You're listening to Tiger Football on Alamo Sports and Talk.
Big O Tires has the best deals on tires, brakes, oil changes, and more. Now through October 1st, get $50 to $100 instant savings on 4 select in-stock Next International tires. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
When someone thinks they have a better idea, like a new way to make it or a new place to take it, they start their own business. Every small business has not-so-small ambitions. We can help you with about every financial service you'll need, like e-statements to save your filing space, mobile banking from your smartphone, lines of credit for expansion, and online account access. To us, there's nothing small about small business.
First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
84 Lumber is a name and a company you can trust as your hometown building partner, providing the quality you expect and the service you deserve. Visit the Alamogordo location at 3401 North White Sands Boulevard or 84lumber.com to get started on your next home project.
Tularosa Communication is now offering the smart Wi-Fi with built-in network security and enhanced parental controls. Do you have kids at home that you want to protect from overexposure on the internet? Block content, set internet time limits, or app and website restrictions for each family member in the house. Get notified when you have a network intrusion and reroute bandwidth to devices that matter the most, all from an app on your phone. Take control of your internet with Tularosa Communications. Visit tularosa.net or call 585-2700 for more information.
It's never too early to lay away. Letter jackets for Christmas.
The Winter Circle offers a variety of letter jackets in traditional styles for your students in Alamogordo, Cloudcroft, Tularosa, and Mescalero. Stop by today and help make your high schoolers' last years memorable. Lay away your letter jacket now. The Winter Circle, outfitting champions for over 50 years.
1201 East 10th Street. Open Monday through Friday.
Go Tigers! See you at the games!
In business and in life, it's good to have a partner and a friend. The credit union partners with our members to build a stronger financial future. Your debit card and online banking keeps you in control of your finances. We belong to you, so you stay in control. Loco Credit Union, we belong to you. Online at lococreditunion.com. We're federally insured by NCUA. We're an equal housing lender.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230-1019. This is the Otero Federal Credit Union postgame show. Alamogordo comes up just a bit short to Riverside. 35-28 is the final score. Some other scores from around the state. I don't know if it's 44-7 or 37-7, the final between Mayfield and Las Cruces. But Las Cruces gets the win. I think it's 44-7 was the final score in that one. Let's get you some other scores from around the state as well. Looks like Artesia got the win over Cleveland. 36-34 was the final score. What else we got here? Hobbs came back to beat Rio Rancho 24-21. That's a huge win for Hobbs. Piedra Vista beat Goddard 21-7. That's their first win of the season. Cobre beat Ruidoso 47-7. What else we got here? Melrose beat Lordsburg 50-0 over Maury. Marty 14-7 is the final score. Any other interesting ones there on NMOT? It doesn't look like it. Santa Fe looks like they're going to beat Manzano. They're up 42-25. Farmington 43-0 going to cruise past Albuquerque High. Looking for the Loving Mescalero Apache score, if they've been updating that one. Let's see here. 53-6, Loving got the win over Mescalero Apache. Any other ones of note to throw in before we get out of here? Roswell beat Carlsbad 41-7. And West Mesa looks like they were ahead at half, 26-14 over Atrisco. But that looks like those are the big scores of notes. And, again, our score here on the Richardson Motor scoreboard is Riverside the win over the Alamogordo Tigers 35-28. That's going to do it for our broadcast tonight. Thanks so much this evening. We appreciate you joining us wherever you may have been tonight. We will be back on the air for Tiger football in a couple weeks. It'll be a Thursday night home game for Alamogordo as they host Carlsbad. That one is coming up on the 28th of September. That'll be the district opener for Alamogordo as they head into their bye week next week. Thanks so much for tuning in. Again, your final score is Riverside 35, Alamogordo 28. You've been listening to the Otero Federal Credit Union postgame show, and we hope you have a wonderful weekend. Hope to see you out at the Balloon Glow tomorrow night, 6 to 10. That will be going on over at Ed Brabson Balloon Park. We hope to see you there.
No roadblocks are scheduled today on Highway 70, 54 South, or 380. For the latest roadblock information, call 575-678-1178. Tonight's forecast is calling for mostly clear skies, slight chance of rain up in the mountains. In Alamogordo, expect a low of 61, Cloudcroft, a low of 43. For Saturday, mostly sunny, becoming partly cloudy, 40% chance of rain. Alamogordo tomorrow, high of 83, low of 61. For Cloudcroft tomorrow, high of 70 and an